Helltown Radio.
Hi.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm back. Remember me? I'm Lita, and I wasn't here for a long time, but I am back from my long walks in cemeteries, and I do art.
In a nutshell?
Yeah.
Just me in a nutshell. Oh, I'm stuck in a nutshell. Yo, my name is Chris Kenworthy. I'm dressed up as Frankenstein right now because Lita hooked us up with some awesome boo buckets again. This is gonna last for another 30 seconds because this is not made
Super
for
tight.
This isn't made for Mr. Potato Head. All right, this is definitely not.
You gotta
but
loosen the string, man.
it's the mat. I think it's like my eyes are too far apart because this guy drank too much. Now we got some cool guests on tonight. We got a third. I'm sorry, our third host over there. I forget. He's like my third testicle. I forget about it until I start running.
I'm here, Eddie Hoffman in the house.
In the
If
hat.
I'm on camera, if not, I'm still here.
I think you're on camera. Is he on camera?
Yeah, he's on camera.
All right, I'm here.
Okay, he's
What's
here,
up, guys.
He's single. Everybody.
Hey, I'm
Surprise,
here to
surprise.
Christian
And I'm George.
mingle.
I'm a Leo. I like long walks on the beach, choking people, moonwalking professionally since 1987.
Are you good at it?
I'm pro. I would say so.
Can I see next time we hang out
You
with
know,
floor space?
maybe you would have to come to a competition.
Dang.
There's special shoes and everything.
Are there?
Yeah, they use the same coating as the space shuttle, so I don't burn floors up.
I kind of fell for that. I'm mad about it.
All right, we have Kaitie Powderly with us tonight.
Hi. Thank you for having me. Front royal.
Front roll.
Front roll.
Royale with cheese.
We also have another special guest.
Yeah, we got we got a very special guest, man. This guy is partially responsible for my being. So if you want somebody to blame, half him, half little Belgian lady. But we're gonna pass the mic over here. This is the illustrious, the aerodynamic, the aerospace engineer of. He put the ace in aerospace engineer, man. This is my homie and my daddy. This is Dr. Michael Allen Kenworthy.
Double doctor. Not just a doctor once. Double doctor. He's heavily credentialed, y'all.
You can pull it towards him. It'll go towards him.
Don't believe everything. Boy. Okay. Just passing through, enjoying life, and that's what I'm doing.
Fuck yeah. So aerospace.
Oh,
I'm gonna have questions for you in the later part of the show.
all right. You got a blackboard?
Oh shit! Fucking figure out re-entry angles and shit.
Hey, he speaks to speak.
George has an interracial board, actually. It's indescript and hard to write on.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of checker marks and beige. All right. So, Kaitie,
Yes.
you've been doing something very special the last couple years, other than playing wonderful music,
Oh, thank you.
which you are known for primarily. But
I don't know if that's my primary reputation, but that's what I would love for it to be.
I think it's an all around cool chick. You know, like that's how I know Kaitie. I didn't, you know, like I've known Kaitie. I know Kaitie through my wife Kelly. But I'm not sure. How do you guys meet?
I met Kelly several years ago, maybe like right after COVID. We met because some mutual friends of ours. She came to one of my gigs in Winchester, actually, at the Bright Box.
Okay.
Or maybe it was right before COVID. She might have gone to one of my last gigs right before COVID or the first one after COVID. And then we met through mutual friends, and then we ended up going to see live music again. And we just like hit it off really effortlessly, which I feel like I'm kind of a slow person to warm up to people. Not because I'm shy, but I'm just, it takes me a lot to feel comfortable to like come out of my shell with people. As you guys might have noticed at your river parties and stuff, I can be quiet until all of a sudden I'm like, I feel comfortable now. Here's like 37,000 Fleetwood Mac memes, rapid fire to the group. But with Kelly, for some reason, we just like hit it off. She's like really outgoing, and like we just clicked right away. So she started inviting me to your place when you guys would have people over, and when I was in town, I would come to Front Royal from Frederick, where I live, and it just kind of blossomed from there like a beautiful flower.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, yeah, Kelly oftentimes she'll you know, compare our relationship to, you know, the blossoming of a flower, but it's the giant corpse blossom.
yeah.
Yeah. I
kid,
I joke.
Yeah, I saw one of those ones in my undergraduate career that they smell so bad.
I mean, I think it's aptly named from what I understand.
What does it smell like? What is the closest thing?
I can't describe it with words. It's not like excrement, and it's not like death, but it's like something akin to. It's like it's very off-putting, and I'm like a sensitive person, so like pretty much I want to hurl. It was in they had a special science like plant area, like I don't know, in the university I went to for my bachelor's degree. So
it's oftentimes known as the Budussy of the botanical world.
Well, I know they have one. It may be that same flower at the National Botanical Gardens.
They do.
Yeah.
do they?
I don't know if I've ever smelled it. It smelled bad in one room, but it wasn't like overbearing. But it could have been. Yeah.
Once.
That's
Maybe the room just.
It was
stank.
Eddie crop dusted you. That's why.
I knew it. You fucking. All right. That's enough of that, Eddie. I figured.
Yeah, I just had to ask. I thought about it. I was like, you know, she's down with the team, but I forget how it all went down. So it's good to hear some of the origin story behind it. You know,
Your wife brought me into the team.
she did. Hey, you are definitely
You're a high draft pick.
you are definitely one of the top contributors in the in our Helltown crew.
I know. I
group
feel
chat.
embarrassed. Sometimes I'm like, I'm so loud in the group chat, and I don't even live there, and I'm like the newest member, and I'm like, here's memes, y'all, or just whatever. But Kelly's like, don't you be quiet.
Yeah, you're just like every contributor in What's Up Front Royal and What's Up Front Royal Uncensored. They're not from town, but got a lot of opinions about shit.
Sometimes
That doesn't sound like a positive thing.
I'm just kidding.
So What's Up Front Royal is significantly better than What's Up Front Royal Uncensored. There is some drivel of humanity on there.
So I'm an administrator on What's Up Front Royal Uncensored. All right, first of all, which is funny because I don't even know how that happened. That's 2 times in a row that Front Royal Uncensored just appeared out of left field. And 2 times in a row, I ended up an administrator. And you know how I found out I was an administrator? I would start getting these text messages, the Facebook messages from people that were pissed. They'd be like, I thought this was uncensored. And I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they'd be like, I posted this thing and it got taken down. And the thing is that we could say we're uncensored all day. We could say we're the champions of the midget wrestling world. We could say we're, the Long Dong Silvers of Facebook. But it's just a title of the page. It doesn't have any validity to it. And I'd have to explain this to these people. And as soon as we go down the line of the conversation, would start off with be like, hey, just because we're called uncensored doesn't mean we're uncensored. I don't do any censoring myself. But you find out Facebook flags certain words in succession.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, even like so, if you have anything that could be inferred as racial or hate speech or violence, they will flag it, and it's just words you put in a row. That's why the kids came up with unaliving and YT and
Graping.
YN and all the stupid like brain rot shit that you see. is to circumvent the robots from being able to take up, because it's these robots, and so they censor a lot of stuff. So you could say something like, I'm dead ass serious, and you'd get flagged for violent. You could even get suspended sometimes. So I'd have to field a bunch of these text messages from these really disgruntled people that really had really important political memes that were going to change everybody's minds, okay? And it was like, it was just crazy, and it was from both sides of the fence, man. I'd be like, I'd get just as much from either side.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, why are you? I hate you. And I'd be like, listen, like, I literally woke up today and just found out that I'm an administrator on this, and then I found out it's because two of my friends have had they were the primary administrators, and I guess they were like, Chris would be a good administrator for this, for I don't know, whatever reason. Like, it's because I'm really good at handling large groups of special needs people, and that's why I'm a good bartender. So. But front row uncensored. But I will say, I do agree, because the people that get on there, it's like this thing where everybody's like, I'm gonna validate my intellectual abilities by putting up a picture on this page, and you're like, I'm sorry, sir, like, I don't know if you've heard or not, Mensa does not accept memes as an intro. So it turned into like just straight up. And one time I told this lady last week, she was like, I don't understand, it's supposed to be uncensored. And I said, well, look, I don't have anything to do with it, but I will say this about that. I highly recommend living a life outside of that Facebook. And I said that I could show you the conversation. I was like, there's so much more in life to deal with.
Yeah, clean your gutters.
Like, I was like, that's why I haven't responded or care about this conversation until now. But I just wanted to give you this little piece of advice. Try living a life. It works really well. Puppy dog pictures, food porn, bipartisan memes. Your life will be fucking fantastic.
You can fix your algorithm. Like, when my algorithm starts getting fucked up, whether it's too many people like in MMA fights breaking their legs or some wild shit, I'm like, yo, time to look at some puppies. Time to look at some soldiers coming home, make myself cry. Let's do some of this. Let's watch some Will Ferrell videos. And then my algorithm will be fixed. So I see like one leg break a week instead of like 17.
Man, I'll tell you, my algorithm right now thinks that, and I'm very flattered. Like, of all the things that I have been mistaken for, being a Jewish watch dealer, I never thought would be my thing. It's true, man. Like, I forget what
Look at them jewels.
I looked at a watch thing once, right? And then Shannon, from the Catamount Lounge at 124 East Main Street in Front Royal, Shannon is of Jewish descent and makes fantastic Jewish food, and I love some matzo ball soup. So we've gotten back and forth, and like we have a whole, we got into this whole jokes about like all the things. And so the computer decided at that point in time, like, he likes watches and he likes matzo ball soup. This guy's obviously a Jewish watch dealer in the Diamond District in New York. So my shit is just flooded nonstop, and as a result, I've learned a lot about the trade, actually. Like, I could fucking swing. I could swing on it. Like, we could go up there. If I were to win like a little bit of money in the lottery, I would go and just trade watches with these dudes, because I know how they operate, and it's great. And I watch the dude's name. Like, there's three main ones that I watch. There's Manny, he's the watch king, and he's like the suave one. He's got the man bun, and he always dresses the nines. Then you have Moses, the jeweler, and Moses is kind of like the hip hoppy younger one. Like, he's kind of like the bad boy kind of, but he wears the flashy jewelry and stuff. And then you got Vukum, and he's my favorite out of all of them, because he's the asshole. But he's like he's about his business, and he's like, but whatever. But he's like he's just kind of a dick, and that's his character. Like, he played this one dude the other day. The guy brought in a watch to be valid, to get authenticated, and so the whole time he's like looking, he's comparing watches, and you can see it in his face. He's saying, "This guy, you got ripped off," and he keeps asking questions. The guy's like, "Where'd you get this from?" Like, he's like, "Does this look the same to you?" Like, blah blah. But he was just fucking this dude over. Like, he was just fucking with him the whole time. And then at the end, he's like, yeah, it's an authentic watch, and hands it to him. And dude, it was just funny to watch the color go back into this man's face after a $40,000 watch purchase.
$40,000.
That's insane, dude.
They sell watches on there for
$350,000
sometimes.
So I guess the watch market is
when hip hop like hit the watch point, when it started to get, because when we were kids, they would talk about Jeeps and like Alpines. So it was like significantly cheaper things. And then Jay-Z and everybody blew up, so they're talking about like, I had never even heard of this watchmaker, but there's a guy named Richard Millet. Yeah. But they call him Dick Millie in hip hop songs. Yeah. And I was like, what does that mean? And so I had to look it up.
Yeah, Rolex is like,
that's how I knew I was an unk.
Yeah, Rolex is like the most appreciated brand, and it's the one that does the best for investments because of its brand recognition and their use of proper precious metals. Because right now they showed like some of the videos are actually about scrapping some of the watches that they can't sell because they're too expensive to sell as watches.
Holy
But the scrap,
Wild.
yeah,
That's
they.
wild.
I watched them they took a $40,000 AP watch,
that's fucking
$40,000 AP watch. It retails for $40,000. They scrapped it and they show these guys. I mean, they're hammering it, they're pulling all stuff. And you're watching, you're like, oh my god. And then he melts it down, takes it to the dude the exchange where they figure out how much it's worth. They put it in the X-ray machine, everything comes out with breaking it down. He ended up with $55,000 worth of stuff to
What?
sell. Yeah, so instead of selling the watch as a watch, selling it as a lump of melted gold. And same thing I saw they've done it a few times where they've brought out like older solid gold watches. But you got to understand, gold went from being in 1998 was $350 an ounce. It's currently trading at $3,500 an ounce. So
Yeah,
Is that because our currency is devalued so much?
it's probably supply and demand. I mean, like it's a finite resource at this point in time. So I mean, I guess it's like that. I don't know, man. I'm sure there's something that goes on with those dudes in the Diamond District. I'm sure they have some sort of say in how the value of it works. But they're looking at gold to be hitting, and that's all this stuff I've learned from being a Jewish watch dealer. Is that like, yeah, I've learned that by the end of next year they project gold to be at $5,000.
God damn, let's get some
That's
ounces.
wild.
I never thought I'd say let's get some ounces, and I wouldn't be talking about reefer.
Yeah, right.
I just learned from my algorithm, which I don't know why I'm on the lump or like the gold bar algorithm a little bit, but like I heard you can get it at Costco.
Yes, you could buy gold. You could buy gold. You can buy little
Ingots?
Yeah, you could buy little ingots at Costco. You can get them online. You can actually go to the bank and you can order them. There's a lot of ways to procure gold. But I like watching the dudes. Yo,
know so much.
it's crazy, right? Like just from like getting baked and like doing this. Like I've learned more by economically and financially by getting baked and doing this than I spent 5 years spinning my tires in Blacksburg. Like for real, man. Sorry, Dad. But it wasn't
just mumbled
not
off mic
necessarily
waste of money.
if it wasn't for that experience, I wouldn't be here right now at all. It's all about the ripple effect. It's the way the universe works. That's where I learned how to toss some pies. He's not wrong. My first like kind of not my first restaurant job. I think my first back of the house. Sorry, this thing is falling over. My first back of the house restaurant job. I worked at Backstreet's Bar and Grill in Blacksburg, Virginia, and I did throw a lot of pies. I'm really good at making pizzas actually. It's actually pretty, but one of my like lesser known skills in life. But that was a past life. It's something I put back against behind me now.
You know who has the illest pizza?
Who that?
Andy's Pizza. It's in D.C. right across from the 930 Club. It is
Yeah.
the best pizza on earth.
And their bathroom's kind of cool. Like
Oh
the
yeah, they got
girls'
titties on the
bathroom.
ceiling.
They don't have titties. They just have like women looking down at you. Like I didn't notice it until I went to the bathroom one time and it was like hovering and I looked up and I was like, what the fuck? There's just like hundreds of pictures of women just looking down.
It's like sitting next to Kaitie
Like,
Powderly.
it was really weird.
Why? 'Cause I'm tall?
It's kind of cool, but like, you know, also creepy at the same time. Like
short.
who thought of
They
that
watching
design?
you pee.
Yeah. But they do have bomb ass pizza. And their wine's okay.
That place is good.
Dude,
I agree.
Yeah, and they're open. Like I love it that
They're
they're
always
open
open.
after the shows. It's the best part. Like after a show, and you're like, "Damn, I'm fucking hungry. I should eat something before I go because I drank a bunch at this place." So it gives you time to like sober up too. It's nice.
well, I think the best pizza around these parts now is at the Catamount Lounge
Yeah.
at 124 East Main Street in front of Royal, Virginia.
I got a pizza this week from Milton Pot, right? And I saw Carbone. Carbone, you fucked up, bro. You like I got one of those pizzas, and they have a topping that's fried pepperoni now.
Ooh.
They gave me burnt pepperoni. That shit was fucking terrible. It was black on some of them pepperonis. I just looked at it like, yo, this is fucked up. They just like threw pepperoni that's inedible on top of here.
That's man, that's how it's at here because I actually went there a couple weeks ago and I had a pleasant experience because I went in there before and I was like, just to be real, I'd say it was pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
But I went in one day for lunch and I just got a straight pizza with cheese pizza with pizzazz sauce. And first thing first, I'd like to say I love the fact the Melting Pot y'all put one olive on the pizzazz. Any pizza has pizzazz on it, so you know that it's got the pizzazz on it. I like the fact they do that. But it was really good. It was just a very straightforward and like to give it the David Portnoy like pizza rating. You guys know, but you know who David Portnoy is?
No.
He does pizza, Barstool Sports, kind of like.
Okay.
He's like he's the king of the Chads. Like he is the ultimate. He's the Giga Chad of Giga Chads.
No
like,
wonder I'm not familiar with him. Okay, because I'm
Yes,
not really
exactly.
a Chad
You know,
guy, girl.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Now that your phone is listening, when you get out of here, you're gonna get the David Portnoy.
Or just a bunch of Chads on your phone.
She already has a bunch of Chads on her phone.
It'll be like a bunch of blog entries from Dan Bilzerian and David Goggins.
But David Portnoy,
Who's gonna carry the boat?
He's both a hero and a villain in the mom and pop pizza world on the East Coast. Like there's some people that really because no matter what happens, even if you get a shitty score on your pizza, people that see it, he has such big exposure and such a big name and pizza rating game that people flock to the place afterwards.
Interesting, I see.
But some people really take it to
Dead
heart.
fucking serious.
And there's some people he's had some episodes where he's like almost gotten into fist fights with the owners.
Whoa.
Like the dude in Boston was like, he gave the dude a 0 afterward. He was like, and that's like like devastating.
That's just being an asshole.
He was just being an asshole. But I've also seen him give out higher scores than what he wanted to give out because he was being
will
cool.
Say,
you know,
his scale is kind of slanted because I saw him once give Little Caesars a big score.
He gave the 7-Eleven pizza in Times Square. I think he gave it a 0.2, and I thought that was accurate.
Yeah.
But I think that he has a preference for New Haven, Connecticut style pizza.
That is some good pizza, though.
And he doesn't like Neapolitan, which I love Neapolitan
Yeah,
pizza.
I love
Neapolitan over everything. But he gave Anthony's in West Virginia because he's in Shepherd. He goes to the Charlestown Races and Slots because they have the Barstool bookie.
Yeah.
They have the Barstool booking there. He gave them like a high 6. I think it was like a 6.8 or a 6.9.
I know that dude Chad Duke said Anthony's Pizza in our humble town is the best pizza he's ever eaten. And I question his taste buds and his entire system.
Yeah.
Anthony's is okay, but it's not Tony's or Ciro's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In Front Royal,
it is
my
the
favorite
best
pizza.
in Front Royal.
No, best pizza in Front Royal is nope. It's at Osteria Maria.
Oh yeah,
that place has the best pizza. I mean, it's a little pricey. You're gonna pay like $20 for a 10-inch pizza, but
it's real pizza.
He makes They have a hearth oven. He's fermenting the pool there. Like he does like a lot of stuff. Like, and that's Chef Biagio. What's up, dog? That dude does some great work over there. But that pizza, it's a really good pizza, and it's Neapolitan style too. So I like it. Very nice.
Roma's is pretty good.
Yeah,
Roma's is good. Yeah, I like Benny Melito's.
No.
Ooh, Benny Melito's is a great. They're the ones that sell the big ass pizza.
Oh yeah, they have one in Manassas called Benny Capagulos.
Yeah, they get Benny's it's always a Benny. It's a different Benny thing. So they have like I think 25 locations, and each one's like Benny this, Benny that.
Yeah, I took my daughter ice skating,
Benny's
and I was
nuts.
like, let's go get big ass pizza, and she was like, this is bigger than my whole face.
Yeah, it's a great. Even if it doesn't taste good, it's just fun. Like,
it's better than jumbo slice.
Yeah, that's not hard, man.
Yeah,
man. I've had maxi pads that taste better than jumbo slice.
I think the best pizza I've ever had was in Conway, South Carolina.
What did it?
It was just this Italian dude off the boat, just put his heart and soul into it. It was fantastic.
He gave it a lot of sausage to Eddie,
Not enough.
The sausage.
I wish I could remember the name off the top of my head, but it's right next to the Safeway, right off the highway. If they're still there, I say pop in.
That's always good. I remember one time we were coming back from like Pittsburgh and we stopped at some random like shopping center for like steak and cheese or some shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And that shit was bomb as fuck.
It was authentic Philly cheesesteak. It was delicious.
Man, you ever hear about what they call the Philly taco? Where you take a slice of pizza and then you wrap the Philly cheesesteak in it, and then you eat it. It's called a Philly taco. Yeah, I mean, it sounds amazing. It's like one of those things that sounds amazing until you actually do it, and then you're like, oh, they're like, meat everything. It's like you get like drug guilt from something like that, You
can't eat for like.
I'm not even sure how you even pulled that off.
What, you wrapping?
Lining the pizza? Like, I just feel like it's too messy.
I like doing the Costco taco.
This coming from a motherfucker that just ate fried chicken with a fork.
I just want my hands dirty. You shamed me into it, and then I did it with my hands, and I was pissed off. I had to go to the bathroom and wash my hands afterwards.
Fuck yeah.
Katie, do you go to Costco?
I hate Costco with all due respect, which is very little.
With all due respect, go fuck yourself, Costco. You're Kirkland brand.
No, it's like the road ragiest place in Frederick, Maryland, where like it's like a hostile environment, and I've been in there, and it's just not good. So I avoid it at all costs. I do know that their prices are really good, but also I just can't consume a tub of mayonnaise. Like I just don't have. I think I'm not the target demographic.
Well, I will say this about that. Costco is like, it's a different place at different times of the day and week. So if you go like the day before like Christmas, Thanksgiving, that shit, yes, it is hell on earth. Bring a mace and a helmet and get ready to swing swords. But my favorite time, and one of my favorite pastimes when I like drinking better was, you go to Costco at 11 a.m. in Winchester on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and it's senior citizens hour, and it's like being in a nightclub. Like you roll up, they have bouncers like checking your cards and stuff. You go in, they got like, that you can go to they'll have wine samples. Everybody's
have wine samples?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. You just gotta like, that's the thing, man. You gotta separate yourself out. You have to. It's sort of like, it's like almost like what's the word I'm looking for? When you
dissociate.
Well, disassociation, but the thing when you get out of your own body, when you're meditating out of your own body, what's it?
Transcendental.
Man, there's a word I'm looking for here.
Astral projecting.
Yeah, yes, astral projection. Yeah, you have to just astrally project. Yeah, man, just astrally project and just enjoy. It's like enjoy a nice, shot of chicken and broccoli soup, or it's I love it, man. Then you get to like just look at like piles of meat. Like I'm just enamored by like the immense amount of seafood and red meat that they have in one place. I don't know, man. They also sell gold chips. They sell condoms by the like hundreds. They do.
Can you imagine being that person that's I just need a box of condoms and it's like a giant. That's it. That's all I need.
I wonder if they sell Plan B.
I was literally about to say they started selling Plan B this year.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Is it in bulk?
Yeah. It's cheap at the very least. Man. Yeah. Load up on it.
I mean, yeah.
Shout out my boy motherfucking Jackson.
Yeah, but Costco, man, it used to be called Price Club. It used to be the Price Club, man. That was also that was a different era, but they've always maintained the same. The $1.50 glizzy and soda pop combo, as I like to call the glizzy pop. Man, it's fantastic. But you can do the Costco taco where you get the piece of pizza and then you wrap it.
Oh, they do that.
You can do that there too.
Okay.
It's called the Costco taco. I like to personally get really gangster with it, and I 86 the bun, get rid of the bun. I get one of the chicken bakes they have. You know what I mean? Like it looks like it's like a big ass hot pocket, and then we put the hot dog inside of there, and then you wrap it in the cheese pizza. And if you want to be like, if you can get gastro, you can get all like molecular gastro on it if you want, and that's when you take the cheese and the sauce off of the pizza itself, which is a maneuver. You have to like cool down a little bit. Then you take it, then you wrap that around the chicken bake, or you stuff it in there with with the hot dog.
So it's like a turducken.
I was about to say that.
You're trying to die inside of a Costco.
Yeah, man. Like, they say if you're gonna die doing something you love. It's and that's what I'm saying. Having they have this section of tonight's episode brought to you by Lipitor, which they do sell at Costco. No, but. No, I just asked because, I feel like, I think they sell, I'm not sure what kind of, like, musical stuff they have at Costco, but I feel like they would have some cool stuff, man, like, like a trampoline musical trampoline. I think that's something you could find at Costco. I don't know.
I know you can buy a regular trampoline there.
Yeah, you can buy 4 in a pack. It's great.
You need 4 of them.
Yeah.
Jump one to the other.
Yeah,
Start my own Sky Zone.
Start my own Sky Zone.
Speaking of starting Sky Zone, so Kaitie, aside from being a very accomplished musician, and you have done some really cool stuff, you've got many accolades press-wise, you've had many accolades personally. I've seen you perform a few times. It's very awe-striking because, like, I know you as a person, but then, like, I mean, you play and sing so beautifully. That's like, oh shit, I know that person too, So like that's
very sweet.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to be homies and homettes with you. But you do something that's really cool, and we were touched on it a little bit earlier. But it's like I think part of the major reason why we wanted to get you on so you could talk about this You do a thing called, what is it called? It's Guitars for Girls, right?
Guitars for Girls, yes.
God, I got it right. I almost called it Girls for Guitars. I was like, that doesn't
They're
sound
for
right.
each other.
It doesn't sound right.
It's like peanut butter and jelly. You could be jelly and peanut butter, but it's mostly peanut butter and jelly.
I wonder if that happens, because if you think about it, alphabetically, jelly comes before P, you know, like J before P, like, man.
I think it's syllables. Like certain things.
I thought it was the amount you're supposed to put on there.
No, you gotta put how you like the sequence. So you put the peanut butter on it first. Because if you put the jelly on,
all right, I'm gonna start a fucking fight. What's the best type of peanut butter? Everybody's like, oh no.
I have a default brand.
What is your default?
The Wegmans store brand, organic, smooth, and creamy.
That tracks. Those earrings say that for sure.
Kelly, I just hit your husband. I meant to hit him on the leg, but he low-fived me instead.
Yeah. What about you, Eddie?
It's gotta be that natural Jiffy.
Jiffy?
Is it what is Jif? No,
there's Jif, and there's Skippy.
And there's Peter Pan, peanut butter.
I grew up on Peter
There's
Pan.
Reese's.
Peter Pan.
I love that whimsy, you know.
You look at Peter Pan.
But now, I'm a natural Jif guy.
Jif.
Same.
That's better.
Yep.
I'm Peter Pan. I'm creamy Peter Pan all day. But to be real, it's just whatever Aldi's got. You know, like, yeah.
I love creamy Peter Pan too. I grew up.
What
on
about
that
you, Mike?
stuff.
Crunchy? What brand though? Doesn't matter. Just got to be crunchy, dude. I grew up with Jif, or simply Jif, because I was chubby. So my parents were like, "Hey, this is better." But if you look at the label, it's the same thing.
Isn't it the brown label? With the all natural looking.
When I was a kid, they didn't go for that. It was just a white label.
Yeah, it was back in the '90s where it was still okay to make fun of fat kids.
Yeah,
we had a movie called Heavyweights, where it was literally just a movie about fat shaming a bunch of kids. Yeah, it was great. They would do a fat camp, and then they were like, yeah, that
it
shit
was
would
like the
not
Mighty
fly
Ducks
today.
for fat kids.
Yeah, it was the Mighty Ducks for fat kids, man. Yeah, it was like, they had a whole like cross promotion for that GIF. They're like, hey, fatty, you like peanut butter? You want to be thin too, like that cute guy that gets all the girls? You better eat this shit.
But yeah, that definitely Jif is what I grew up with. But Reese's made their own peanut butter at one point, and that shit was off the chain.
What's the kind with the stripy vertical with the jelly? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Goobers.
Goober grape. Yeah,
Goober grapes.
I think it's a Steph uncle. Dude, he loved that. You just sit there with a spoon eating it.
Eating goober grape?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
It didn't
other
matter.
shit?
It was either one.
Y'all ever ate cookie butter?
Oh, I have.
You haven't gone into diabetic shock until you ate some.
They make, dude. Yeah, they make a. Was it? They do one with a Nutella. They do a Nutella.
I just was thinking about Nutella. I love Nutella.
Oh man, back in the day, because like I grew up, my mom's Belgian, and we had Nutella in the pantry before any of y'all Americans knew about it, and my friends used to trip on it. They're like, "You put chocolate on sandwiches?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes," and with some butter on there, it's fantastic. It'd be like, "Oh man, you gay." And like
the 90s were so
I
weird.
know, right?
Anything you did could get you your sexuality questioned as a man.
Yeah, man. Trust me, man. Like
one time I walked across the living room at my grandfather's house, and I went to go reach for something, and I slightly bent my wrist, and he was like, "You ain't gay, is you?" And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" When I got older, I was like, "Yo, he was a hate monger. He really was."
Nutella, man, with peanut butter. You put that on a sandwich, and it was like essentially a Reese's peanut butter cup on a sandwich, which is banging. But
man, I'm learning about all kinds of fat tricks.
Fluffernutters.
Fluffernutters? Yes. I was a fluffernutter girl, too.
What is a fluffernutter?
Peanut butter and marshmallow fluff.
Pardon me.
Oh, no.
Well, excusez-moi.
Nah, I never have partaken of a fluffernutter.
Have you seen the marshmallow fluff in the like grocery store? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like you make Rice Krispies stuff with it.
Yeah. Oh, is that? Yeah.
I use it for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Eddie and I use it for lube. Yeah, that's how we keep these.
Sounds like a sticky situation.
It does.
It
man.
is.
Yeah,
Keeps
man.
it close.
It's got good grip. It makes good grippy though.
The peanut butter and marshmallow fluff was a delicious combo.
Yeah, you know, they say pine tar for baseball bats. The marshmallow fluff for hand jobs. It's great.
It sounds like it would be like a waxing at the same time in more ways than one.
Hey man, that's how you keep it. That's how you keep that Telly Savalas look downstairs. You know.
Segue back into the topic now.
Man, stop talking about peanut butter.
All right. I can. I'm chubby. So, how many years have you done?
Guitars for Girls.
Yes.
This is the second year. The first year, because I'm kind of an introvert. I mean, it's weird to be like a person who performs in public and who's been in bands my whole entire adult life. But I'm pretty introverted. And so I just did it privately the first year. And I sent a guitar to a really cool young girl named Andy who is just a really exceptional kid, and she writes awesome poems, and she's really academic and studious, and she's just very creative, and she had like a special spark about her. She still does. And she would always say, I want to play guitar like you. She plays the violin at school in the orchestra, but she always wanted to play guitar, and she would always say like, I want to play guitar like you, and like write her own songs and stuff. And so I was like, oh my gosh, how can I not? Like, I said, do you want to play electric guitar or acoustic? And she's like, acoustic, just like you, and I want to write my own songs. So I'm like, all right. So sent her an acoustic guitar. And then my friend Eric from Classic Electric Tattoo in Frederick, Maryland, he was like, you should go public with this. Like, you should like get other people to help you, because typically I'm just like the type of person to struggle alone and like grapple behind the scenes and not let anyone know that. I don't know. He framed it in a really great argument, like, which was, you could have such a bigger impact if you would let like the community help you. And so he offered to host a fundraiser, which was an all-day tattoo event, which Kelly and some of our other friends, Ashley and Philip, also went to that. But all of the tattoo artists at his shop in Frederick worked all day for free. And they did a flash tattoo event, and all of the funds raised went to Guitars for Girls this year. And and then I had a benefit concert also in Frederick with a band that Kelly and I both love. That was one of the first things we went to do together, is to go see a band called the Flybirds. And then my electric band, the Unconditional Lovers, played too. And so we raised all of this money, and then we had additional some corporate sponsor, not corporate, but I guess corporate sponsors, like some business owners in our community, and then just private donors also contributed. And so I'm in the process now of accepting nominations for girls to receive a guitar, because the fundraising portion of the event for the year is over with, and now you can go to the website. It's just for easiness on the podcast, you can just go tinyurl.com, teeny tiny url.com/ Guitars for Girls 2025, and that'll take you right to the portal where you can nominate a girl. And the girls that are eligible are between the ages of 8 and 17 years old, and have to live in any of the 13 states of Appalachia, because that's the population I serve. I think the core, the way that it ties back to the core mission is, this is under the umbrella of an organization that I run called Red Wing Blackbird Records, which is the record label that I release my music under, but also it's an arts and events organization where my goal is to preserve and protect the traditional genres of American roots music. And I do that through 3 primary ways. Like, the first way is by educating about the history of this kind of music. So that's kind of honoring the past. We create connections between artists and audiences in the present by hosting live shows, songwriter showcases, nurturing living songwriters and musicians in the present. And then we honor leaving something behind for future musicians and people for when we're gone, by contributing to the legacy of this kind of music by leaving recordings, album art, photographs. I'm a graphic designer also. I create a lot of like show posters. And then we invest in the future by getting guitars in the hands of this year it'll be about 20 girls throughout Appalachia. So honoring past, present, and future of the kind of music that's traditional American roots music that is distinct to this region. So that's kind of my way of giving back, and it's been really cool as the nomination period has opened up to see the applications and like the little things that the little kids write me about, like, I want to write my own songs and blah, blah. It's just like very cute to see. So I don't know how many submissions we'll get, Submissions will close on November 15th, or once I've received 100 nominations. Girls can nominate themselves and write directly to me on the form, or they can be nominated by a parent, a teacher, a grown-up in their life who's more internet savvy. But all you have to do is be between the ages of 8 and 17 years old, just grown up enough that you can respect the fact that you're going to get like a really nice instrument and take care of it and learn how to play it. But I've chosen a small body acoustic guitar, so it's lightweight for a child, small neck, so the action and it won't be too hard to learn how to fret on it. You'll get a strap, capo, tuner, case, picks, like everything you need to get started, and it comes at no cost to their families whatsoever. It's just a gift, and hopefully nurture the next generation of songwriters and musicians and create more girl musicians so that the music scene in the next 10 years is a little more diverse. That's my goal, at least. So it's been really exciting, and I'm so grateful, because if I hadn't been encouraged by Eric from the tattoo shop, I probably would have just quietly just struggled to like continue to pay for it myself and only been able to serve a much smaller population. But with the support of our whole community, it's so much more impactful, and we can really reach far and wide. Like the furthest application I've received so far has been in Charleston, West Virginia, and then we've had a lot of applications from Frederick County, Maryland, where I live. But I would love for more people from Front Royal, like Virginia, West Virginia, like any of the Appalachian states. Please, you're encouraged to nominate a girl in your life. And again, it comes at no cost to you or your family. It's just a gift. It's a way of investing in someone who has something to say. And I believe in giving people the opportunity. I don't think you should have to come from money in order to have access to opportunity. I think that there should just be a spark inside of you. And if you have that spark, that fate kind of intervenes, and sometimes like someone can invest in you, and it's a way of just like having someone else carry on the torch, So
how did you go about choosing the guitar? Was that a process? Like, did you look at certain brands or certain
I did. I played like over 100 guitars, and most of them were an immediate no, because they were like, the guitars I chose were under 4 pounds. They're just really lightweight, because if it's a little kid, like I remember being a little girl trying to touch my dad's guitar like very delicately, and I didn't want to mess it up. Like, so there's something to be said for having your own instrument. So if you bonk it or something like that. But I wanted a small body guitar. I wanted something that was real wood, but yet had like a sturdy enough finish on it that if it does get bumped, because you're just a kid, it's not going to get broken or cracked immediately. So that was a consideration, but a lot of the guitars that are marketed towards children are like extremely low quality. So even if you're an incredible player, like as an adult, and you pick up a really crappy guitar and try to play it, it's going to sound crappy because it's just made out of really cheap materials and it's poorly constructed. So it was really important to me to find something that felt like the kids were receiving something special and real and like a legit instrument. So I worked with one of my partners, who is the Guitar Center based out of Hagerstown, Maryland, and I had a bunch of ideas for what I wanted to choose. I had a long list of no's, and then I spoke with some of their staff there, and I narrowed it down to what I wanted based on like the narrow neck, so it would be easy to fret, low action. So action just means how far away the strings are from the neck. So it's like you don't have to be super strong to press the strings down to form a chord. Because if a guitar is really high action, it's going to take a lot of muscle. And if you're a little kid, even if you're a grown up, it can be hard to fret an instrument with really high action. So it was a Goldilocks type of situation. So Hagerstown Guitar Center, their staff is incredible. I would like to actually take a moment to thank them, because I've been a musician my entire adult life, and I have experienced so much sexism as a woman musician and as a girl musician my entire life, going to music stores, even small locally owned places. I was told, you don't sound like a girl, when I would play guitars off the wall, or I would take I collect vintage Gibson guitars, like acoustics. I was told by a guy that owned a guitar shop, he said, "Whose guitar is that?" And I was like, "What guitar? My guitar? This one?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's a really nice guitar. Whose guitar is that? Is it your boyfriend's or your dad's?" I was like, "No, it's mine." He's like, that's a really nice guitar. Like, how'd you know how to get that one? And I was like, I used my big brain to like pick it out from like, it's so insulting. Like,
yeah, like
it chose me.
I know.
For Jesus Christ, like an instrument is.
It's so insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I've just been like experienced denigrating situations like so many times it's like a joke. Like, not just at venues, like girlfriends of the band don't get free drinks, but people would be like, how did you know to get a vintage? This is a really old Gibson. Did you know that? Yeah, it's from 1951. Oh my gosh, that's actually a really nice guitar. Who bought that for you? I bought it with my own money that I earned at my own like, it just like the follow-up questions and like the patronizing attitude, or like that people assume that I don't know about my guitars, or that I'm like a stupid girl. It just like I'm filled with a righteous anger inside of myself. So that's been my experience at like the cool shops, like the small local regionally owned places, with some exceptions. I've been treated with neutrally or mostly with sexism. So to be honest with you, until this year, I have never stepped foot in my life into a Guitar Center, because with being totally honest, speaking frankly, Guitar Center has a reputation as being like kind of douchebaggy. And I was expecting to experience more of that attitude at Guitar Center. Of all places, they have a reputation as being kind of patronizing or just insulting towards women. So I've never gone there before. And I have to say, I have never been treated with more respect or professionalism in my entire life by anywhere at a music shop in my life. They helped me from the beginning. Savannah, who's the GM, and then I think it's Nate, is his name, or Nick or Nate, who helped me. They gave me a huge sponsorship, and they're helping me to offset the cost of all of my purchases of the guitars and the cases. And I have to say, I was totally wrong. I'm the first person to admit when I'm wrong. That's relatively a newer part of my identity, but I was wrong, and I'm really sorry, but I'm also super grateful because Guitar Center, I will totally co-sign Guitar Center. I'm so thankful. I've received incredible customer service, and I'm so blessed that they have partnered with me for Guitars for Girls. So I have a small body guitar. I'm hesitant to say what kind of guitar it is right now, because I don't want them. There's a chance that they could all sell out, or something could happen with the tariffs, or something that could have to change my plan last minute before all of the nominations are received and judged and everything. But I think I have my Goldilocks guitar for the kids. And so I just have to say, shout out Guitar Center, Hagerstown, representing.
I think another thing, a lot of people that don't play music don't understand, especially how expensive good instruments are.
Sure, man.
Oh, for sure.
Like whether it's like an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar or anything. Like I know I showed you a guitar one time, and I was like, this one's the cheap one. I think it was like $2,500 or something.
People are shocked. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like, I want the $4,000 one.
Oh, me too. I have a $40,000 guitar on my bucket list. I'm like,
what is it?
Well, it's actually it belongs to my friend, and I don't want him to know that I am secretly coveting his guitar.
AKA, she started with the heist of the century. She's got the Ocean's 14.
But yeah, I have most of the guitars that I want are vintage Gibsons from like the 1950s and 60s, and those can range between $5,000 to $10,000. The ones that I want. But then there are some certain old Martin guitars, because I'm the daughter of a bluegrass musician, and I play bluegrass. I play upright bass and guitar. And I want like a bluegrass, like a dreadnought Martin Cannon, like a vintage, but the ones that
like a D38 or something? Like
a D28, yeah. And like those cannons, like the ones from like the 40s and stuff, those can be like tens of thousands of dollars. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm not, there's an upper middle class woman that would love inside of me, that I would just love to be able. I want to be a rich auntie for a living. Like, I would like to be like somehow like some kind of Oprah, where I'm like, you get a guitar, you get a guitar, you get a guitar. I'm like, I just buy, But there's a little discrepancy.
Do you know Ben Walters?
Huh?
Yeah, Ben. I think it's good. I keep up with his stuff online, so I'll look. He builds guitars now.
Yeah, he does.
It's really cool shit. Shout out Ben Walters, man. Him and Gina, they rad. They cool. Shout out my daughter, Jordan, your granddaughter. She's watching the show right now.
Jordan.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Jordan. We'll have to talk later.
Yeah, Great song. Anyways, sorry, we're experiencing some testicle difficulties over here.
So, what electric guitars do you have?
I don't have any electric guitars. I'm like a lot of depth, not a lot of breadth. I know what I like, and I'm very, very Goldilocks. Like, I am a songwriter. Although I think if with coaching and mentorship, I would like to get into the realm of electric guitars. But I think for my purposes, my writing, I think the thing that suits my writing is an acoustic guitar. That's just my go-to. And then I have an electric band with an electric guitar player and like electric instruments, electric bass and like drums and keys and all sorts of stuff. So I have a very electric sound for my fully produced stuff. But for my writing, I feel like I still love that like 1950s, 1960s acoustic Gibson guitar tone of like LG2, like the ladies' guitar, smaller LG2. LG stands for ladies' guitar. They made smaller body guitars like in the 1950s because they didn't think that women could handle like a full-size guitar. So if you have ever heard of a guitar called like a J45, it's like a classic Gibson acoustic guitar model with like the harder shoulder shape, but it's like a beautiful body. There was a J45 and a J50, and J45 is called that because it costs $45, and then the J50 costs $50. So the $45 one was made with less quality wood, and so they would stain it in a tobacco sunburst so that you couldn't see the imperfections in the finish in the wood. But then the J50 had to be higher quality wood, so they did like a natural finish on it. And so the J45 and the J50 was like the man's version. And then they came out with this analog, which was like the ladies' guitar version, which is a smaller body with small shoulders, like much more round shoulders. And the sound hole looks much bigger in comparison to the small body. And so I have like a 1951 LG2, which I love that guitar. I named that after my mother. It's called Nancy Ann. And then I have like a 1969 larger body Gibson Country and Western, which is the guitar that I gig with. And I love that guitar. It's just got like a really effortless kind of, it feels like the neck was like made like perfectly for my hands. Even though I'm grown up with like really long fingers and like long narrow fingers, I still like a small neck for a guitar. And it's just a larger body, and I feel like it can compete more with like the electric band because it's got like a little bit of a bigger body. I do plug it into. I installed a pickup into it so I can play it through an amp or through a PA. But yeah, I'm just a guitar girl. I love it. How about you?
Else?
I play some acoustic, but as you can tell from my rack, I mostly play electrics. My first guitar was an acoustic. I actually got it from a pawn shop in Nashville when I was like 14. So, and I still have that guitar, but the neck is like a baseball bat, and it's like.
What is that?
I think it's a Texarkana.
Okay.
It's like some old dreadnought.
Okay.
But I have an Ovation in one of my storage units, and that's the one I use the most. Like it's just the maple top Ovation, bunch of plastic back on it, but it's loud as shit.
Tony Rice used to use an Ovation with a plastic back, and people are
I like it because it's loud, and most of the music I play is not. That's the one thing I will say about open mic at Catamount. Sometimes I do feel very out of place because everybody is really, really good and plays acoustic, and I get up there first, and I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of really loud stuff with distortion? But I'm actually envious a lot. Like there was a guy, one of the guys from Royal Bones played last night. I think it was Jake. And like a lot of people, I've noticed a lot of people. I think it has to do with the influence of Billy Strings. There's a lot of like newer people just like ripping it, and they're talking about older players like Tony Rice and people like that. So that's kind of interesting.
The gateway drug of like bluegrass. He gets like the non-bluegrass people. He's the segue that gets the people into like the more traditional bluegrass kind of stuff and getting them more familiar with like people like Tony Rice or.
I knew about all that stuff and like Seldom Seen and stuff when I was younger because it's just a weird thing. My dad is black, but he listened to fucking bluegrass, and my mom was white as shit and listened to nothing but like soul and R&B. So like all of the influences I have that are like bluegrass is my dad. So like I saw like Country Gentleman when I was like fucking 5.
That's
and
cool.
Like so like there's a lot of like I appreciate that side of like the actual guitarist Like Billy Strings was kind of like nuts because like I know he played like in punk rock or metal bands before that, and then he just switched over. So there's
definitely a
there's
punk
an
and heavy
aggression.
metal pipeline to bluegrass. I've noticed. Yeah, they
like,
guys that like to shred. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, okay, now I'll shred on this acoustic guitar, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Because I came from like hardcore, so it's like a lot of bar chords and like yelling and like energy. So like I'm definitely envious of like the people that play acoustic and have that like a totally different intensity and nuance, because it's like it's more there's something you can hide behind in aggression when you're playing loud. There's a sort of like that power is inherent, and there's a power that comes through when people are playing acoustically, and you're like there's these big powerful sections that your silence or like where like the song is slower and you have to like pay attention. That shit is like a lot more nuts sometimes than like
it's more nuanced.
I'm angry.
It's like more dynamic and nuanced, and it's like there's nothing to hide behind, so it can feel really vulnerable and impactful when there's like sparse moments.
Oh yeah, like I've noticed like when I play at open mic, this like I had never played by myself with a guitar until I started playing at Catamount. I was always like a singer in a band, and I could be like, they're playing, yay, I'm gonna run around like an idiot. The first time I did it, I was like, holy shit, I gotta think about everything I'm doing, and then there's people staring at me. This is
no pressure.
Yeah,
it's
this is totally different. Like I was like, okay, cool. This is all right. There's gonna be a lot of practicing next week.
It's a much higher stakes environment. It's like more vulnerable for sure.
Oh yeah. Like I think for the first month, I probably stared at the fretboard of my guitar and never looked up the entire time. So, yeah, like acoustic playing is definitely, I would say, from my estimation, maybe it's because I don't have the practice in it, way harder than. Hey, I have 5 people and we're really fucking loud. I can't hear you talk. Like last night at Catamount, there were people talking up front, and I was definitely like, "Ooh, I can hear you. I can hear your voice just as much as you can hear my voice. This is fucked."
Sometimes in the way that the sound goes out of speakers and like in different venues, like sometimes if people are speaking like in the front row, which doesn't happen very often because mostly I play listening rooms, but I have played at shows before where I can hear them and their conversation louder than I can hear myself. And it's like all I can do to remember my own lyrics. It's like, I'll give you $100, just shut up. I'm not trying to be rude, but like, bro, like if you paid to be here, go in the back and talk just so I can hear myself think. Otherwise, like I'm like starting to sing their conversation, like, you know.
Yeah, and the smaller the room, the worse it is. I think we saw like Prize Fighter Inferno. And it's like an acoustic. It's the guy from Coheed and Cambria, but he's playing acoustic and like with like electric keyboards and little stuff like that. And there was this couple in front of us that just kept talking about their dinner plans for next week.
I just want to say, y'all, Eddie, I'm gonna speak for Eddie and myself right now, y'all. At least y'all got a guitar that you can at least play music with, and if shit goes down, beat the motherfucker with. All right. Because we're just up there with our, you know, I mean,
if you're at the Cat, I got you.
Dude, you know what? At the Cat, I've just learned to like go with. I just love. It's like I say, man. It's the outpouring support. It's outpouring right into the streets. Go smoke cigarettes when I tell jokes, man. I get no respect.
Sarge has the best joke about that.
It is the best joke. It's probably one of his best jokes too. And it's like he's like, come for the music, leave for the comedy.
Oh, that's hilarious and also brutal.
It's gotten better though. It's definitely gotten better. I think that like just under like third party hearing grumblings amongst people, there's been some people that have like with mercy have stayed inside for the comedians and shut the fuck up.
Aww.
But sometimes not, you know. And it's like I guess it was I think Squizzy Curran saying, one of our alumni, multiple show alumni. He said it best to me once because like we had an issue once with one of his friends, and his friend had said something like I understand why his friend said it because I defended his friend. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, I understand. I would have done the same shit. But he was like, yeah, but you got to understand, like in an open mic, especially in a bar that size and what's going on in like I say you like the difference of like playing a listening room. I've always like I don't know what that would be the same term that we'd use for comedy, but the difference in the rooms and the difference in performance is like is 100% dictated by that because like we're not guaranteed in a mixed room, we're not guaranteed the attention, and it's not entitled. We're not entitled to people's attention. Actually, it's the opposite. We're supposed to
earn
garner
it. Yeah,
you got to garner that shit, and you got to be. And it's how you handle it, and that's why like Squizzy's good at doing that because he gets loud. That little fucking motherfucker, he gets loud as shit, but that's how he commands the room back. Eddie just drops his pants. It's crazy, man. But
I seen it.
No, Eddie, he trips over chairs. He gets bit by dogs. That's what he does. He does jackass stunts, just going on stage trying to catch everybody's attention.
Is your side still bruised up like dog teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, show the camera. Dude.
Yeah, dude, show the camera.
Show the camera. Dude, do the rest of the show with your shirt off.
Don't do that.
No, I'm not doing that. I already made the
bills,
mistake
yo.
on Sunday doing a comedy competition as Bayou Billy with no shirt. So.
Yeah, Eddie and I did it. Eddie and I did a roast battle. It was a character roast battle for the Bargoyles program, and shout out the Bargoyles. And Eddie did great. He was fantastic. Yeah, you did great, boy. I was like, yo, I went up. I think it was nice because Dwayne had mercy on me. Like, he had public mercy on me. Thank you, Dwayne White. He was like, yo, that was like, look, man. He's like, you're a good comedian, but that was like watching the best high school player in America go one-on-one with LeBron James. And that's how it felt, man. Like, yo, look, I just couldn't. There was a point in time when I couldn't even function. I was like, yo, this is it. I'm done. I'm roasted. And it was good though, yo. Shout out to Heather Joyce as Velma. It was extremely well done, man. She rapped. She did all sorts of crazy shit. It was really fun. But yeah. But getting back to the whole attention thing and people in the crowd stuff and wanting to like listening to them, it actually sometimes works good for me as a comic because then I can retort, like I can make, that can become the situational that can make the situation.
Yep.
And usually when you're in the moment and it becomes both in the moment and it's relative to everybody in the room because everybody's a victim or witness to it depending on how you look at it. It works. So I guess at music, that's the disadvantage of music, because you can't just like all of a sudden start parodying music. Like stopping. Go
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, there have been like people where what's the word where it's like it's not harassment, but they're
Heckling?
like a heckler almost, where it's like where we played the Unconditional Lovers, my electric band. We played at the Flying Dog Brewery back in the day, and it was a big show. And some guy just kept I don't know if he was shouting requests at me. I couldn't even tell because he just kept shouting. So I was like, okay, after this song, I was like, all right, everyone, this guy really needs our attention. So we're just going to, everybody, let's get the focus back on this guy. What did you want to tell the group, honey? And it's like, just get it out of your chest. Let's have a sharing moment so that you can stop and we can move on. And I think this was so many years ago now. This was when I first moved to Frederick, but I think it was just like he wanted to know if I knew a certain song or if I was related to somebody. And it's just like, well, that's happened before too, because like somebody was shouting at a different show that we played because she was a Powderly also, and she wanted to know if we were related. But I was like, I can't hear when you're just shouting at me from a crowd. Like, let me finish my song. It turns out we do have common relatives, like ancestors. But yeah, the guy was like a heckler, and it's like, you clearly need attention more than I do. This is my show, but I'm happy to give you some of my contract time. Like, do you need 6 minutes? Okay, are we done? All right, now let's get all right, now your time is over. It's like show and tell. Now we're getting back to Mina.
Yeah, it's amazing. The situational awareness of alcoholics is similar to the situational awareness of toddlers. And small children, and it's great. You handled it just well. You have to act you have to act completely fascinated by everything they're saying and doing in order to get through it, because secretly you just want to punt them in the head, but that's not doing anybody any good. You're gonna catch a charge. But yeah, that was well done, man.
There's definitely like last night all I did was reach over and turn up everything. Well,
the sad thing is, those people that were there, man, it's like they came to see their homie play. And it's, I don't like when people that happens. That's like, come on, man. I appreciate the support, but you don't gotta yell. It's like if you're only gonna pay attention and be respectful during one person's thing, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does fuck up the vibe, but I took the K-Swizzy response, which is be louder.
Yeah, man, needs to go up. You turn up.
There's a venue in Johnson City, Tennessee, and it's one of my favorite places in the country to play. It's called the Down Home, and my idols played there when they were in the 70s when they were working up their material that has become the canon of songwriter material, like Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt and stuff. But the owner now, Ed Snodderly, he's a songwriter himself and just a huge music supporter. But he will literally go up to people and be like, no, not to talk during the performance. It's disrespectful to the artist. And so you're able to speak in the intermission or after the show, but they'll come and tap you on the shoulder, and I respect that. It's like it creates a certain level of respect, and when people now walk in the door, there's a reputation like you don't like this is a thing of reverence, and we're here to listen to these songwriters, whether they're up and coming new people or the opener or the headliner. It just creates like a certain environment, and people respect it, and I it's awesome, and it's also intimidating to like. I wish I had I guess now at this point of life, I probably would say that to someone, but at first I was like, whoa.
I really dig shows where they give you yonder bags.
What's a yonder bag?
So it's a bag that once you walk into the arena or whatever, like it locks, and you have to go back outside to open it up. So it has this little lock. The first time I ever did it was at a Chappelle show, but Tool does it sometimes.
Are you saying you put your phone in there? Or
so they give you a bag, right? And like, you put your phone in the bag, and then there's like some type of radio frequency thing that they like lock it. It gets locked. You can't open it unless you go back outside.
Wow, that's cool.
And like for Tool, they do it, and you can bring out your phones for like the last like song. Usually, like they'll let you like do that. Like they're like, all right, take out your phones. It's okay. But like Tool is like really like if they see you with your phone out, they'll boot you from the venue.
I was just at a show on Friday night, and we were seeing Town Mountain's like final tour, and we were up on in the balcony, like on the basically above the band, right beside of like the stage, but there was like a super hammered drunk like baby boomer guy that kept wanting to take videos of all of like his favorite songs, which is like who can't appreciate your favorite band is not going to tour anymore. Yeah. You want to capture it on your phone perhaps, but every time he did that, it was like, first of all, he was drunk, so his phone was going like this, but also like the flash was on, and it was blinding. It was blinding the band, and you could see them trying to make eye contact with the guy that was working sound, who's the owner, but I don't think he was aware of like the fact that, because I was where the band was, kind of behind them, just up above, and we were like, every time the flash would like make eye contact with you. And it's like, it's so hard to focus as a performer anyway. Like, I think if you haven't done this, it's really difficult to like remember you're playing chords, you're trying to connect with the drummer, you have to remember your lyrics, you have to understand transitions, or like, is everybody like, are you going to take a solo now? Okay, we're all going to go segue into this next song. And it's like, when there's all these like factors, and that's part of the art of it, is, you know, that's why you become good or not, but you have to understand how to handle that stuff. But when there's like stuff like somebody screaming and shouting or heckling or like blinding you with a flashlight trying to record your set, it's like, is this really going to be the most high quality recording you're going to return to over time? Like your like super wasted flashlight set. It's just, I don't know. So and the guy like ended up kind of ruining the show for a lot of people, and I think perhaps the band too, because every time he'd pull it out, they'd be like, and it's just, they're trying to be polite, but it's like, it's blinding and painful. So I don't know. It's not the vibe.
Shows were better before everybody had their phone out, and you just saw a bunch of little versions of what you were watching on littler screens, like 2 feet in front of you.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I'm guilty of not having my phone out enough during shows, because I don't like, dude, I like to look at it myself, but it is weird because you look out over a seat, especially the bigger the show you go, is the more little screens you see along the way, and it's kind of
about surreal. The little screens we see along the way.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is. All the follow this. You know, they say the road to hell was paved with 1 million little screens.
That's Robert Frost, right?
Yeah, right.
Or someone with an iPad trying to take photos of a wedding when the actual wedding photographer is right behind there, right, like, and you can't see the bride and groom because of the iPad.
Yeah, but you know what else I don't like, man? I don't like that cell phone flashlights have become the new lighter because people are too scared to smoke cigarettes. You know, like, come on, man. Everybody should be carrying a lighter anyways for survival purposes, but also for like being rad at concerts. You don't necessarily have to be a reefer smoker, but if you see a reefer smoker that's in need of a light, you should be there for that person, because you could be saving a life.
At one point,
that's
like,
my PSA.
This goes to it's a survival tool. Is like one time, like my kid for like Christmas, I saw her Amazon wish list, and she was like, I don't know, like she might have been like 16 or 17. She wanted a Zippo lighter, and I was like, she started smoking cigarettes. What the fuck? You can't even smoke reefer with that. What is she doing? And then she was like, no, it's a survival tool. What if I go camping? And I was like, what the fuck? How did I make a kid like you? I would have been like, yeah, Dad, I'm smoking cigarettes behind the Wawa.
They do, yeah, dude. That's like, you know, everybody should carry a lighter. Everybody should carry a lighter, and like, I think in a wine key. Everybody should carry one bottle. You know,
Number one thing
Your
stolen
Belgian
from the
is
bar.
showing.
If everyone who's been a bartender for a living, I feel like wine keys are like the number one things that get stolen from the bar, and you're at work and you're like, all the wine keys are gone.
You know what's wild is that this is my first front of the house job working at the Catamount Lounge, and because it's such an odd, like it's such like a different and unique scenario that we just like we don't like nobody takes their tools home because like we just have them provided there. So when we never end up in like any of those, but I've worked in a lot of places where I've seen this shit happen, and I'm like, yeah, I can see it's like a lot like pencils, pens when you were a kid, and like you'd be in class, somebody'd be like, hey, let me borrow your pencil real quick, and then you'd end up with no pencils. You'd be like, fuck, you gotta borrow a pencil, and this vicious cycle happens. Yeah, it happens with bar tools a lot. But also there's like no honor amongst thieves,
Agree.
or bartenders. So when you put a bartender and a thief together, all bets are off. That's a sad joke because it's like based too much in truth. But
so I've never worked in the restaurant industry. Who are the shadiest positions in
the shadiest positions?
Yeah, like front
the executive chef. Every time, man. Fuck that guy.
100%.
Those guys, man, let me tell you, they're not to be trusted. No, I think that like you can equally distrust any person for different reasons. For the same reason, you can trust a different person for a different reason. Like I think that there's, but there's one person that you can always trust, all the time, every time, except don't do some shit in front of him because he's gonna tell the boss because that's how good he is of an employee. Dishwasher, you can do, that's the good guy, man. Like if you were like you need to like get rid of a body, dishwasher will help you, man. But also, if you spill a bottle of olive oil, also can help you too. So, I love the dishwashers, but like they also be the first one to go tell the boss man if you were doing some shit.
Hey, boss.
Yeah, like I got to tell you about Mr. George. I got to tell you about Mr. George. He did that thing again with the pumpkin and then, in the chaka chaka. And then.
They said you were fucking a pumpkin.
Speaking of fucking pumpkins, man, dude.
Yeah, it's Halloween.
Halloweener. Yeah, there's
and Lita's back. This is like
you
came you arose right before.
Yeah, I did like fucking Nosferatu or something.
She's the morning wood of Halloween.
Yeah.
You gave us all boo baskets.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, man, I'm over here housing these Reese's dogs.
Oh yeah.
My A1C level has
like
skyrocketed today. Woohoo!
Halloween's my Christmas, sort of. Like, I'm not much of a Christmas person, but Halloween I definitely vibe with. It's more me. The one, like, candy and, like, the little spirit of little kids, like, it just reminds me of when I was a kid with my brother. Like, I was a latchkey kid, so I always had to take care of my brother, and my parents were in the military doing their thing, and I would have to take my brother trick-or-treating when we were kids, so, good memories. But I love Halloween.
Costumes, makeup.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the one day of the year that you can be someone else and not yourself. Like, pretend to be whoever you want to be.
Lita, I gotta say something, though, real quick. Man, you say you don't represent Christmas like you represent Halloween. You do equal, man.
I
Christmas,
do.
Dude, that Christmas spread last year with the dude. Are you doing it again this year?
Yes, I probably
Please, will you do it? Because, man, I missed out on the wieners last year.
Yeah.
I missed out on the wieners.
Glizzies?
Yeah. I did I have a Christmas Eve party every year. So
that rabbit.
Yeah, the rabbit was really good.
The rabbit and the lamb, dude. I remember those
Yeah.
Superlative.
I cooked for like 2 days.
I was pissed because I ate so much charcuterie leading up to that point. And then when
we've all done it, and then you get ill and you can't eat anything else. Is that what you did?
Yeah,
when
man.
the good, like, warm, yummy food comes out, you're like, oh no.
There was one other. Oh man, what else? There was one other thing that I remember. I think it was like you do some sort of. It was like a biscuit that was baked, had like something baked into it, like meat baked into it, or like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know. It was a recipe that.
It was a potato pancakes thing.
Yeah. The twice baked potato.
Oh yeah, that thing
like,
too.
That was good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but I still love Halloween. And like so you guys should come out to the Cider House if you're not doing anything for Halloween, because I will be performing with the Crone and the Crow Band, and doing spooky shit.
What kind of performing will you be doing?
I'm a dancer.
Oh, cool.
Because because I can't sing or do anything like that. I can play violin, but I don't think they need a violin.
Yeah,
so
the fuck they
a
don't.
classical. I classical. I'm not a
Even
fiddler.
yes, they definitely 100%, dude. I'm thinking those weirdos would find a way to make it happen, and I love those weirdos. I say it very endearingly. I was part of the Cronin Crow show once myself. I got killed on stage. It was wild as hell.
Yeah, I'm pretty
It's super fun, man. It's super fun.
I haven't been asked, but I would let you cover me in blood. I'm just saying.
We're gonna need you. We need you at the Catamount Lounge at 124 East Main Street in front of Royal, just in case, George.
Just in case what?
I don't know, man. Just in case, we need to open a bottle. We need to open a can of whoop ass. Need to open a can of.
A can of whoop ass is my favorite thing to open.
Is it? Oh man, my favorite's a can of Fresca. I love Fresca, man. The grapefruit original grapefruit Fresca.
Fresca.
Yeah, but I can't drink grapefruit stuff anymore, man. It's
Oh,
terrible.
Really?
meds.
Yeah, medical stuff.
Oh, no.
Even the
Same
drinks?
juice.
Yeah, even the drinks. Apparently, there's like I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. It's
You know-
the essence.
You know what's still straight fire? Orangina.
Orangina is
In the
yo,
glass bottle.
It is.
Yo,
With a little
in the-
round ass on it.
Yeah, dude, those things are great,
Those
man.
are so good. I drank those when I was little, and then when I as a fake mimosa too. It's so good
Yeah,
though.
Dude,
so
I
good.
wonder if
Dude.
Orangina mimosas would be a hit someplace.
Probably.
Yeah, they are in the UK. It's a big thing.
What was that Canadian?
Pardon me, I'm not a
bubbly
Euro.
drink?
Huh?
The Canadian bubbly drink.
The
Remember?
Oh,
clearly
clearly Canadian
those
yeah,
back
I
out.
love those.
They are
It's so
expensive
good.
as
I like the
shit.
cherry
That's
ones.
bougie. Yeah, those are expensive because
Like-
they come in the glass bottle
Yeah.
instead of a can.
Yeah, they got them at the Harris Teeter. I stop at every
Oh,
morning, and they're like
damn.
$3.50 for like one
Serious?
of them. Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta go somewhere else. I've definitely
Man.
seen them for cheaper.
Well, I think if you
get
buy
them
them-
wholesale,
Tell us, DoorDash Daddy.
$2.95.
DoorDash Daddy. DoorDash Daddy.
Triple D.
Yeah, the
I'm no
triple
longer. No, I've
D.
hung it up. All right.
Hung it
I've
up.
hung it up.
It's
and I
over?
Picked up,
It's
I
over.
Picked up an apron.
I know you picked
I'm
up the
going-
apron.
I'm
Yeah,
becoming
what
a
do you do?
baker.
Yeah, he's getting baked and
You're
baking.
gonna be a baker,
You're
bro?
baking?
I am a baker. I'm one
What do
weekend.
you? What do you bake and where?
Anything they need me to at the Red Truck Bakery
Oh shit!
in Marshall and Warrington. Yeah,
They tell him to pinch a loaf, and he's on it.
I'm doing everything.
Sourdough, muffins.
He got them
cakes,
hot
cookies.
cross buns.
Yeah, man.
Scones.
They don't call him yeast finger for nothing.
Pies.
I love pies.
Sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches.
What
We're
kind of
doing it
pies
all.
we talking? Like fruit pies?
Yeah, they got fruit pies,
Mm.
pecan pies, pumpkin pies, apple pies, cream pies.
I don't like pumpkin
I
pie
think they
because
have
it's got a
those
clammy
ones, but Chris
texture.
give me eyes.
Yeah, I didn't like pumpkin pie until I got
The
older.
Pecan.
It's clammy. I don't like the texture.
All right, here,
Yeah.
here,
I like-
here. I'm gonna put
Oh,
something.
here you
I'm
go.
gonna
I
put-
know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna put something out on the table.
He's gonna do it. I know what you're gonna do.
Pumpkin
I
pie
know what he's gonna do,
texture.
and it's true. What he's gonna say is true.
It's gelatinous.
No, it's splendid. But sweet potato
Yeah.
pie is better.
Ew.
Sweet potato pie. If you have a
No.
textural
Ew.
issue with that, then sweet potato pie is definitely the remedy on it.
Yeah.
Sweet potato it's not as gelatinous. It's more fibrous. But so it's like, but sweet potato. You don't like sweet potato pie?
She don't like sweet
listen
potato
to them.
pie.
They're lying to
I
you.
got a
bullshit.
I got a pumpkin pie
so
and a
much
sweet
better.
potato
I need
pie,
pumpkin
and
pie
she
and
was
sweet-
physically angry.
I'm like, how are you-
Why did you just get two
Yeah,
pumpkins?
He brought them into that. I was like,
They're so
oh, two
similar.
pies that I hate. Thanks.
I'm gonna tell you some of the weirdest. I'll tell you a weird combination too, where like sweet potato comes in and is better in a dessert form than the original, and that's if you have like banana splits, because fuck bananas, they're disgusting. You do you make an ice cream
Agree.
sundae and a sweet potato, and it like a baked sweet potato, and it's like that's a world shattering shit right
I
there.
feel like
Mm.
you're the Antichrist right now.
I really enjoy a pumpkin pie martini.
That's not what makes me the anti. I can show you, but we'll wait till later.
He's got horns.
Yeah, coming off my butt.
What are the logistics of that?
I don't know. It sounds funny. All you have to say is
Yeah.
off
They
my
like it.
butt, and it's like, it's like the butt, dick, and poop in the comedy world is a lot like bacon and like it's like the bacon and the crumbled peanuts and the and the sprinkles of
The low hanging fruit. Yeah.
Unfortunately, let me tell you that low-hanging fruit is like I do, and I was like, I will say this: one of the nicest thing said to me in the past 2 weeks is, Rachel, thank you very much for saying this. She's like, you do highbrow comedy, and it's not like, I'm like, oh, that's cool, because it's like sometimes I have to explain the jokes afterwards. But yes, sometimes you go to a place and the people go up and they're like, yo, my dick, am I right? And everybody's like, oh, he's like, ball sack, yeah, and then you can go up and make a nice, joke about comparing Ewoks in Star Wars to like our current the people we villainize as terrorists, and then people, you have to sit down and explain that joke, and then they laugh afterwards. But if I got up and it was go, yo, Ewoks got dicks, they'd be like, oh yeah,
oh my god.
And I don't do that. I don't go for the cheap pops, man.
I know it's not your target demographic. You like an intellectual audience because you've earned it, and it feels more satisfying to make an intellectual audience laugh. Probably, hey.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely part of it. I think that other than that, I think that covers it. Actually, now that I think about it, man, that's the nicest thing anybody said to me all day. Man, I'm verklempt. Thank you. Yeah, I just also I think that people that laugh only at pee-pee jokes and poo-poo jokes are usually people that I don't like. So.
Oh, I 100% agree. It's so hard for me to find comics that I like to watch their stuff because a lot of it is lowest common denominator kind of humor, and it's like that just doesn't appeal to me. So I found that guy Sebastian. What's his last name? Mal. He makes me cry laughing because he reminds me of the neighborhood where my parents live and like people I grew up with when I was a little girl, and he makes me laugh. But it's like because he's observing human behavior and like has a take that like it requires like an intellectual analysis on his part, and then he describes it in such a way that it becomes like this kind of universal experience. And so I feel like there's so much more involved than that, than just being like poop.
I will say this though. It's a lot like food too, right? Every once in a while, like you would definitely want to eat a steak dinner more times than you would want to get a McDonald's burger. But every once in a while, man, that Big Mac smacks, dude. So if somebody gets up and tells a good dick joke, I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I do a lot of dick jokes myself, but I make sure they're highbrow. They're a thinking man's game. It's a thinking man's game, Yeah, but that's how. Yeah, you're right. It's the same thing in music though. Sometimes I want to hear some Joe Martin, man. That motherfucker plays guitar better than two people at the same time in a lot of capacities.
So glad I play first every time, and he plays near the end.
But I want to hear Kanani. To get up there and fucking and it's like, yo, his wild style
like it was a different style. Like he reminds me a lot of like Bright Eyes and stuff like that.
There's
like,
a band
Order Against Me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, dude. I was trying to the other day. Against Me came on in my car. And I was like, oh shit, is this? Did I get Kanani song bags? And I was like, oh shit, no, it's not. But yeah, he's got to be a very big. I love it. Like, yeah, I think you guys need to start a band together.
Oh, dude, I'll record him, but he's a wild boy. He was drunk as shit last night. That shit was great.
Hey, I know it was fun, but you know what? That's
not like that. Maybe that's part of his process because like it didn't hinder his set at all. In fact, it like added to his freeness. So I was like, well, everybody like Tom Waits. If you told Tom Waits he couldn't drink whiskey before a show, that show would probably not be as good as a Tom Waits show where he was like
Hemingway. It's like the same thing. Like it's part of some people's like creative engagement.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm like still alive.
I have
Eddie Hoffman. You should see what he does before a show.
I have a
lot of coke.
Like if I hit the lotto, I am doing the Hunter S. Thompson challenge, and that's where you go. His house at Woody Creek is now on Airbnb, I think, at certain times of the year. So you can get that, and then he has this list of the drugs that he would do at certain, and it's all timed out. And it's like he wakes up at like noon, and it's like Dunhill cigarette and like gin, and then it's like cocaine, weed to take the edge off, cocaine. Like it's like this, like every time he does something, it's like the time, and then he goes and like gets what he calls a slushie, and it's just like 2 shots of gin over top of crushed ice, and he's like, and then 1 to go, and he goes home, and then he's like, now we start writing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like the list is nuts. There's a video online somewhere where somebody's just reading out what he does to like house music.
Dude, just reading that would give me a diabetic seizure and make me suicidal for 2 days. Like,
I know there's no desire.
The list I think he takes acid somewhere in there. Like, he's a wild boy. But I mean, he made Fear and Loathing, so that's part of his process. That and taking Rolling Stone's money and not writing the article.
Yeah. Speaking of drugs and money and music in the 60s and 70s, my dad went to Woodstock.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's really cool. What was your favorite band that you saw at Woodstock? Did you see Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young?
You weren't really there for the bands. It was 500,000 people got together for a week or so. Nobody ever got hurt. was actually physically it was very uncomfortable because it was raining almost all the time.
That's what I heard. A lot of my dad's
And
friends
there
were
was,
there.
Sort of a makeup. We had to have a little place because people were burning themselves. It was all, and then it just. In fact, I don't know. I just had to go early, so we only stayed for 2 or 3 days.
I heard a lot of people had a difficult time getting out due to the weather.
That's one of the reasons we left when we did.
I think that's really wise. Yeah. I heard that on a documentary that Joni Mitchell was having her first national television performance in the United States like the next morning. So she had planned to fly into Woodstock with Crosby, Stills, and Nash because I think she was dating Graham Nash at the time. And they wanted to go, but they were warning her that she might not be able to get back out if she went, and she didn't want to miss her national break on television. So she ended up staying behind, and as it turned out, while she was doing the live taping of the show the next day in the television studio, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young came and like burst into the television studio. So if they got out, she would have been able to get out. And she felt like she really missed out on like a transformative kind of cultural iconic experience. And so she wrote the song Woodstock, even though she never went there. She wrote the song Woodstock, which became like a generational song that was like this very iconic song. And then Crosby, Stills, and Nash, they covered it, and it became like one of those generation defining songs. But it was because she felt FOMO, the fear of missing out, and she felt like left behind by it.
Whenever I think of Woodstock, I automatically just think of Hendrix.
Yeah.
Like
the shredding.
Well, yeah, the shredding national anthem. The rumors, like when I was a kid, they were like, yeah, he had like a 10-strip of acid underneath his headband.
He did, dude.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
He did, dude, but it was in his underwear.
I think the best performance I saw at all of it was Santana. Like, there's a point where he's soloing and his like eyes are rolled back in his head and he's biting his bottom lip, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, that dude is fucking getting it. I will say, you can see he's channeling his soul into the guitar.
They say like, yeah, it was like, man, there was a great Jerry Garcia interview where he talks about like, here's like the weirdest acid experience he had on stage, and he was like, they were like, why'd you play so good? He's like, they were gonna kill me if I didn't.
That's funny,
dude. And then he talks about like that's like that was his inspiration going forward, was like he didn't want to die. I was like, wow, and like that's something. And I'm not even close to knowing anything about the Grateful Dead. You could play I could tell you one Grateful Dead song that I know. I hear Grateful Dead songs sometimes. I'm like, oh, this is kind of alright, and people are like, oh, it's Grateful Dead. I was like, okay, man, that's cool, man. I still wouldn't do this, but it was. But yeah, man, that's that just like Carlos Santana story, man. What I was about to say but I would say, man, Woodstock, there's one Woodstock, all right, and that's my homie Snoopy's BFF, all right, man. Woodstock is the man. Like I think the funniest shit ever, because I love Snoopy, right?
Yeah.
And in my car, I have a little Snoopy flying on a plane with a propeller, is a air freshener, and. Like I was driving with Aubrey to go do this private catering, or to go do the
farm to
table thing, and she's like, "Oh, I love your Snoopy," and she pulls out of her little ass purse a full plush Woodstock.
What?
Yeah, it was like magic, actually. Like
she's like packing a different kind of heat in there,
right?
Like a little Woodstock heat.
Bang, man! Because if you pulled out Woodstock, if you were getting mugged, you pulled out Woodstock, somebody would stop dead in their tracks. But I can't go through with this.
Totally.
I'm done. This is it.
Stop, drop, and snuggle.
Stuffed animal has stopped me dead in my track.
I have a question for you guys. Speaking of the performances at Woodstock, it reminded me of Joe Cocker covering the Beatles song, I Get By With a Little Help From My Friends, which I would argue is a cover that's better than the original.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a song that you think is a cover version that's better than the original version?
Yep.
Absolutely.
All on the Watchtower.
Yep. All on the Watchtower. The Hendrix version. I think, like, even Dylan said it was his song after that.
Interesting.
Shake That Ass, Richard Cheese. That way better than Mystical Shake That Ass.
Tool did No Quarter.
Oh, interesting.
I love that. I mean, I love their version so much. I love both songs, but I love their version better.
I'll have to listen to that after the show. And what you just said reminded me of what's the guy's name from the Nine Inch Nails band?
Trent Reznor.
Yes.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, Johnny Cash covered his song "Hurt," produced by Rick Rubin, and he said the same thing. He was like, "I thought that that song was like one of my masterpieces. I thought." And then Johnny Cash did like a really stripped down, pared down acoustic solo version of that at the very end of his life. And he's like, once I heard that, that was not my song at all.
They kept playing that the day after he died on MTV. And that video
really?
shows like his entire life. So that shit is like fucking
Emotional AF.
yeah. It shows his wife standing behind him like being like, yep, he was fucked up.
I'll tell you another one that's a very unpopular opinion. But I mean, I'm being dead ass serious. Richard Cheese, Shake That Ass. Dude, if you want to listen to something on the way home that's highly entertaining.
Send it to me. I don't know.
Richard Cheese. Richard Cheese is a guy. He does lounge covers of popular Richard Cheese, Dick Cheese. God damn it.
You gotta loosen the thing on the bottom.
Dude, I have been, and it's not.
Yes, I'm moving it.
I'm not familiar with Richard
Cheese is very
Shake That Ass.
He was Richard Cheese, and Lounge Against the Machine was the name of his band.
Okay.
And they did covers of pop music and stuff that you wouldn't think of, and he did it lounge style.
Oh, interesting. Like I've heard of a
Shake That Ass, show me what you're working with. That's like he does it's a great.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I'm curious.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out.
The original and then the cover.
Yeah, I will say though, Sympathy for the Devil. The Guns N' Roses cover of it blows the fucking Rolling Stones.
Really?
I don't know.
I love I'm not familiar with the Guns N' Roses version, but I love the Rolling Stones version.
I'll be honest, Chris. I really don't like Axl Rose's voice.
Axl Rose's voice, like technically speaking, is like is a fucking anomaly. Like it's not supposed to be. People's voice isn't supposed to do what he does, dude.
Oh yeah. Like
nah, man.
I like mix. I don't know.
You should listen to it, man. Don't pass judgment before you hear it, man. You fucking.
I'll listen to that. I've never heard the Guns N' Roses version. I don't know their body of work really beyond like The Sweet Child of Mine and Paradise City, but
Guns N' Roses from a technical musician standpoint, like Use Your Illusions 1 and 2 are my favorite albums of all time.
Really?
Yeah, and they're great because they play and it's like he does this thing. He did like what was his name? He has the red and the blue. There's the red and the blue. And the red, and it's supposed to be like Da Vinci's red and blue eras or whatever, and that was the contrast.
What?
Yeah, and they play everything within.
Axl Rose came up with this. I'm so
Axl
unfamiliar
Rose
is he brilliant?
He's like
I don't know anything about him really.
Genius. Yeah, because people can't get past that he's an asshole, and that's sad because he is as a musician, he's a musical artist. He is so fantastically talented. So they do, and they play within Use Your Illusions 1 and 2. They play heavy metal, country, reggae, industrial, gangster rap, blues. They cover almost every genre of music in those two albums, and I'm
floored.
Yo, they cover "Knocking on Heaven's Door."
I did know that.
That's another blowout of that song. I think it's better. I don't give a fuck. It's better than Bob Dylan's.
No, the best version is the version they play in Lethal Weapon when he's sitting on the toilet about to die.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusions 1 and 2. I mean, Guns N' Roses Lies, Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction, great albums.
Spaghetti Incident.
It's all right. It's entertaining. Chinese Democracy's garb. But, but the history of Guns N' Roses is fantastic because it's not like there's been 32 members over the course of like the past 40 years.
Jesus. Didn't know that either. I just know Slash and the Axl Rose guy with the white leather pants.
There's a point in time where neither of them were in the band.
What?
Yeah.
How did that even work?
That's fascinating. Man, I love music history and band history and stuff. This is riveting.
Yo, Guns N' Roses is the best band of all time. I don't give a shit. But Use Your Illusions 1 and 2, like just such a crazy like if you listen to it and you can not listen to Axl as being an asshole, it's just like I think it's just they're fantastically done, and that's like that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
Stone Cold said so. So it's Halloween. We should end the show talking about horror. Now, I know there's a new movie coming out. It's coming out digital called Your Host, and they're saying it's a combination of Saw and The Price is Right.
What?
It's got Jackie Earl Haley. He played Freddy in the newest version of Freddy, but he's actually. You guys remember the Bad News Bears?
Yeah.
Remember the badass kid that had a dirt bike?
That's him.
That's him.
Rorschach in The Watchmen too.
Yeah, but apparently it's supposed to be. I think it might be in some theaters, but it's supposed to be fucking gory as shit.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. I do know that there's a new A24 film, Begonia, that's
I have
coming
not
out.
heard of that. What is
Yeah,
that?
it's about these crazy people that kidnap this. Um, I guess she's an heiress, and they are convinced that she's an alien, and they're trying to save the world, and so they torture this woman basically. So I thought it seemed really interesting. I
One
I
of
really
the
want to see that one.
the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein is coming out, I think, on the 9th.
Yeah, it's actually going to premiere on Netflix soon afterward. Like, it's only going to be in theaters for a short time, and then they're going to transition over to Netflix. But that seems pretty interesting.
And they
too.
said the last
Yes, I
episode
can
of, or the last, I guess, movie, because they're doing bigger chunks, I guess, on Stranger Things this year is going to be in theaters. So the finale of Stranger Things, and I guess the new episode will come out around, I think next week. The first episode.
I could never get like I watched like the first 2 seasons.
The first
but I
2
wasn't
seasons are
really
the best 2
into it.
seasons.
After that, I kind of meh.
Ernest Scared Stupid is the GOAT.
What was that other
the
one?
fucking
Dr.
goat.
Dr. Oogly or some shit?
Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah, that was his first movie ever. But that's where he developed all the characters that he did throughout the Ernest movies. But Ernest Scared Stupid, I don't know if you remember, but Vinova sponsored the Halloween showing of Ernest Scared Stupid on Main Street.
You know what?
Through the Royal Cinemas. Thank you, Rick Novak, for doing that.
Rick
for us.
Novak, you know what you need to do?
Ricky
and I'm
Balboa.
talking to you directly from my heart, Rick. Come on, man. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah,
Halloween every year.
seriously.
He's not against it.
It
Like,
needs,
why
he
hasn't
he
it,
needs
like,
to do it every
No,
Halloween.
Again?
Because that man's busy
I will
enough.
host it.
Then
I
talk to him.
love
Go,
that.
Rick
Like,
will
Let's do a
I
meeting.
am-
Let's Helltown host.
I'll text Rick right
I'm
now.
such a
I'll
nerd
text Rick
for
right
Yes,
for Rocky
let's
Horror.
host a
Like, I
Rocky
don't really
Horror.
like musicals, but that's the one that I will always watch because
Dr. Frankenfurter.
yeah,
now. My
it's
phone.
just
No,
Dr.
dude,
Glizzy.
It's sexy
Dr.
and fun
Glizzy.
and spooky all at the same time. So
Yeah, there's a
I
lot of like
love it.
crowd participation. Everybody dressing up.
Yeah.
Like the last time they did it at Royal Cinemas, it was a good time. I used to have a girlfriend when I was in my early 20s, and we go to the Cinema Arts Theater in Fairfax, right across from GMU. And they would always do that shit. Like, it would be like 2 or 3 times a year. And it was like, first time I ever went there, I didn't know there was this crowd participation. And they called me up front, and I think it's because I look like Meatloaf. And I was like standing up there, and they were like trying to get me to do shit. And I was like, oh, hell no. You ain't going to call. I was wearing like FUBU. You're not going to call me up here and make me act like an ass.
Is Meatloaf in the movie?
Yeah, he
Okay.
plays this like guy that's like, I guess he like was the precursor to the hot dude that Frankenfurter wanted. And he comes in on a motorcycle, and he's got like some type of wound on his head, and like starts being like, "Hey, I'm rock and roll."
yeah, such a
But
great
I won't
movie.
toss a salad.
Such a great movie.
I've never gone to the theater. I know people dress in the costumes
Oh,
and they like sing the songs and stuff, but I've never done that before.
And there's like crowd interaction. Like
So
at
fun.
one point, like the female lead, like everybody yells, "You
Is that the
slut."
Damn It Janet
yeah,
lady?
like, yeah,
Is that
damn
the
it,
Damn It Janet
that
lady?
bitch Janet. Damn it, Janet.
That
yeah.
bitch Carol Baskins.
It's so good. It is like one of those iconic movies that
Yeah,
like
it's-
I don't think it'll ever be remade because it's just so good. Speaking of remade, there's going to be a new Dracula movie.
Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula. But it's like more like it's going to be more like Bram Stoker's like it's
Like
actually
Francis Ford
like
Coppola's.
yeah, if you've actually read the story, it's more of a love story. It's not really like, supposed to be like a gory
They
story.
got close
so.
in Nosferatu, and they showed his maggoty back, and I was like, "Don't let him touch you, girl."
Do you know why they did Nosferatu?
No.
Because they couldn't get the rights.
Oh yeah, the
to-
original
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
You
they're
know
like,
why
Let's
they-
just do our own.
Another wild thing is like Bram Stoker's wife ended up after he died, she won a suit where she owned Nosferatu, and instead of like capitalizing on it, she made it her life's work to destroy every print of it, and that's why it was so hard to find for so many years.
Damn.
What?
Yeah.
And she was incredibly successful. She had that Bram Stoker money.
Yep, she nearly erased it, but
Yeah,
Good thing
but
she
like there
did.
was like a couple of ones that made it through. But yeah, that's the most obvious ripoff ever. They were like, call him Orlok.
I went to the doctor. All he did was suck my blood. Don't go to Dr. Acula. One of my favorite Mitch Hedberg bits, man.
I used to date a guy that I thought was really funny, and then I just found out that he was just ripping off that guy's jokes the whole time to try to like woo me. It was so unattractive. Once I figured that out, which because I don't consume, I'm very into what I'm into. I have a lot of depth, not a lot of breadth. And so he figured out that I hadn't been exposed to that guy before. And so he just like used all those jokes. So I thought I was dating this
He
really
watched a special before he came out.
intelligent. I thought I was dating this really intelligent, witty guy. And it turned out he was like the biggest disappointment ever for a multitude of reasons. Not the least of which is that
she's a Hedberg sexual, if you will.
Oh,
no, I was just like, oh, this guy's
Zing.
charming and funny. And it's like, turns out everything
He was
charming
using-
about him was stolen from someone else. And then he
Stolen
used,
valor.
He was using joke
Stolen
PEDs.
he stole
joke
my entire
steroids.
like style and music like all the clothes I bought him and like all the music stuff I taught him. He stole that to like go take it, use my music taste on the next girl, and then she'll think you're actually can
Honestly,
curate
I
some like
respect it.
bands.
Yeah, I respect that hustle. Like, obviously, awful guy, but you know.
Oh, he's scumbaggy,
He's
but
like, he's like, you know what?
If
New
he was a-
character unlocked. Let's go find a new
It'd be
one.
tight
you
if he
know?
plays your music to the chicks.
Yeah,
Dude. Be like,
emotional
yo,
vampire.
diabolical.
Yo, he's like fucking
Diabolical.
he like,
claiming that the songs are about him when they're super not.
Yeah.
That has happened before. 3 people have claimed that the song "Tobacco" is about them. I'm like, it's not true.
Dude.
Like they're just like they want
know-
to be like the bad guy in my story. I'm like, you're not that important.
The last time I saw you play at Catamount, it was the closest I'll ever see to seeing like Stevie Nicks bark lyrics at fucking like what's his name? Because there was a moment and it was all women in the front. You start playing that song, every woman's like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
George started
That is a
inching
fu- that's a
George
fucking
in towards
anthem.
the door.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody gonna hit me.
It's definitely a fuck that dude anthem.
Well, it's just a truth-telling song,
Yeah.
and it was fun because at the farm-to-table dinner, the baby was crying, and so me and Lita and Lauren all started. Well, they started it, and then I joined in. But they were like, "Look at you!" They started singing my lyrics of my song to the baby to get him to stop crying, and I was laughing so hard. So we all were singing "Look at you" to the baby, the intro to Tobacco, and then the baby did stop crying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's like a
So-
miracle.
So just know, guys, if you hear Tobacco and you're there with your girlfriend, you made a mistake.
You're gonna be the one that
dude.
gets burned.
I have a good crossover here between music and horror. So I found out very interestingly enough, you know that sound, and it sounds almost like, I don't know how to describe it, but like it's like almost like it sounds like what a broken glass wind
Yeah.
chime would sound like
Yeah.
that they play. I learned that like Roger Waters invented that. I don't know, I forget what it's called, but it's two. Yeah, he welded together 2 metal mixing bowls, and then he put rigid copper wires around at different lengths, and you play it with a bow. And there's only been 196 made in the world. They were made. Roger Waters has the patent on it, and it's
I
what
love
that
that.
sound and this. Yeah,
That's
the
how
sound
he
I
got that
learned
money.
and that's how I learned this week. I was like, because you always like kind of. I thought it was just a way, like it was just like kind of somebody plucking a violin or like doing something to a violin. But I was right about the bow part of it. But it's like, yeah, it's this really weird. And because there was only 196 made, they were made very rudimentarily. So the OG ones that you find, it looks like somebody took 2 and you put water in. Sorry, you put water. There's an opening in the top. You put water in, and when you play it with the bow like that, it makes that weird like do sound like.
Interesting.
Yeah, horror movies.
I always
have the
wondered
best
how they made
sounds.
that sound until it's crazy.
Dude, you know what the best horror soundtrack in a movie is ever?
What?
This movie called Suspiria. back
I've
in the
never
day.
heard of it before.
Oh, it is. What are you gonna say?
Suspiria?
Suspiria.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, bro.
Oh my God.
Dream
Yeah.
Warriors,
Suspiria.
Dawkins, bro. Come on, man. Like you can't phase the
No,
Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
I'm gonna have to agree with him on this.
Thank
You got to watch this. Watch Suspiria. Seriously, watch Suspiria.
It's such a beautiful movie
and
to begin with.
there's a
but
band that made. They're like almost like a prog metal band, made all the music for all the parts, and it's fucking like it's almost like they saw the movie and then wrote over top of the movie. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's seamless and
It ain't
gets,
Dockin', boy.
It's,
All right.
it gets the vibe of.
But it's
the-
one band.
If
all
it
the way
ain't
through.
Dockin', it ain't rockin'. All right,
mean,
that's
and,
all I know.
And Black Rebel Motorcycle Club did all of the first 28 Days Later, all that stuff.
Okay, so I haven't seen that, but I will throw my argument into the mix and see what you guys think. David Lynch, Twin Peaks soundtrack,
Yeah.
unbeatable.
Yeah,
That one's good.
Baritone guitar, haunting.
yeah.
Tim Burton, Beetlejuice.
Well, that's not him.
Or not
That's
Tim Burton. I'm sorry, Danny Elfman. I meant Danny Elfman. Yeah, Danny Elfman in pretty much anything, man. Danny
I mean, he's the
Danny
voice of
Elfman's
Jack
a ghost.
Skellington.
Yeah, Danny
I don't
Danny
know the
Elfman.
soundtrack to that.
Danny Elfman in general, just like
even from Oingo Boingo.
Yeah, Oingo Boingo Dead Man's Party.
Oh yeah,
dude. I mean, like, Danny Elfman, that's the GOAT, man. If you don't, do you know about Danny Elfman? Probably one of the most under-celebrated musicians.
He can play any fucking music ever.
The Simpsons.
What era does he live in now?
He plays now. He does now he'll do tours with like orchestras or he'll
I'm not familiar with him at all.
He did Nightmare Before Christmas. He's the voice of Jack Skellington. Before that, he was in Oingo Boingo, but he got.
I've heard of Oingo Boingo, but I don't think I've ever listened to
every Tim Burton movie. It's him like doing most of the music. He started off with Pee Wee's Big Adventure was his first movie.
Oh, cool!
And then he did all the Batman movies, like the Batman theme. That's all him.
That's haunting and cinematic. Yeah, I mean not like haunting.
The Simpsons.
Haunting, but like...
Yeah,
the Simpsons intro is Danny Elfman.
Like lots and lots of weird quirk. Anything that was like remotely gothic, they would get him to like. Do
Interesting. Wow, I've not heard his name. Is it just because he's like in the background and not
You've
getting
probably
celebrated?
Seen his name, because he switched from like Oingo Boingo to primarily doing movies. You'd see his name and it'd be like seeing Hans Zimmer on a movie. Like you don't have a reference for like what type of music he does. You just know that like he does scores for movies.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
But Oingo Boingo was off the fucking walls. Like 1 second it would sound like reggae, and the next it would be like almost metal.
Really?
Oingo Boingo Radio is the soundtrack to the Catamount Lounge a couple nights a week because it's great. It's great restaurant music. Yeah, Carbone when we worked at Vinova, he turned me on. He was like, "Yeah, put on Oingo Boingo Radio. It's like it's cool enough, but it's not gonna go over the top. You know, like you're definitely not getting F bombs, N bombs, or hard R's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my God.
It's gonna be it's
the
tight."
litmus
The litmus test.
Dude, listen, here's a funny story for you, all right? This happened. This is at Vinova.
F-bombs, N-bombs, and hard R's. Got it.
Yeah, man, those are the no-goes.
That's the
FCC
I know.
Rules. I know. I had a radio show in the past. I know the FCC rules, but we didn't say it quite like that.
Well, between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., fucking free game.
Oh, yeah, Loveline used
my
to
show
be the
was on
shit.
during the day.
No, I did a radio show in college and we were on from I think it's 10 or 11. I forget. There's a change, but we were on for first hour of our show was clean, and then when the second half hit, bang.
Dirty hour, power hour.
Yeah, but
Quiet Storm.
Oh yeah, man.
Coming in hot.
Hell yeah.
What was your like? You were listening to
man, I forget. Where were we on that?
The name of your the call letters for
the call. Mine was
for the college station.
My name is Kaitie Powderly, and you are listening to RV Radio on WSUM 91.7 FM, Madison.
I did hella drugs and alcohol in college, so I don't remember. Dude. We didn't really like. I mean, I don't. It was. No, I didn't do that. It was all cannabis and beers and Catholic studies. No, it was. I forget, man. Off the top of my head, it was. I think it was Virginia Tech, so it was whatever, like WVTU. I think it was the shit. I never like. I always let. I think my homie always did the call on it.
Call.
Yeah, did you have to do it every 15 minutes? I think.
I can't remember, but it was like something like a certain amount of times.
10 or 15 minutes.
I feel like like
or 12.
A certain amount of times per hour. But yeah, I still like reflexively can go into it on a dime. Because, you say that a million times during your show.
I think I used to be able to say the number for Dirtbag off the top of my head really fast. Like, because that's what we used to open the show.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, that spells dirt.
Yeah.
And everyone, one of us would be like, no, it doesn't.
It does not spell dirt.
It does not. But remember that number and call.
Oh, dude, I remember it. 202-670-3478. That spells dirt. Jesus Christ. I think I still have that number somewhere on one of these computers. Probably. It's a Google Voice.
You should check that. Like, does it like hold like messages or anything like that?
I think it.
Like,
there's a bunch.
There's like 10,000
there's a bunch of.
messages.
Well, we used to have on that show. We would have a guy that would call in from a mental institution, and he called himself Dionysus. And so like sometimes he wouldn't call for months, but he would call and just ramble on with the wildest shit. And there's messages after message after message with him being like, "It's Dionysus again."
Wow.
I guess you guys aren't on air. It's like it's 11 o'clock on a Thursday. We're not
every day.
But do you have any recommendations of other movies for people to see?
Weapons just came out on Max, so if you haven't caught that one, it's really good.
The eyeballs in that movie are nuts.
Yeah, one of the best. I'm not gonna ruin the movie. It's
the
pretty
end of
good.
That movie will make you laugh.
Yeah, it will make you laugh, and it's also a really good take on that specific genre.
Don't
for,
trust a woman with makeup on outside of her lips.
Yeah, seriously. That one's great.
Right, way up here.
God, what's another one that I've seen? Together.
Oh, dude.
That is such a weird
Have you
and
seen it, Eddie?
satisfying movie.
But I see,
Like,
the poster.
Eddie, you gotta see it.
It is so good. It is a great body horror movie.
They're
and
very into the movie.
It's funny. There are funny parts. It's about these two, like, a couple that, like, one's an avoidant and the other one's got an anxious attachment, and it's just about them in the woods, and there's this weird thing that's going on that they keep, melding together, and they're trying to pull apart. Like, it's a really weird, like, body horror movie. I do recommend that one. And it's funny. It's got
the
some
very
funny
end.
parts in there.
You know, a lot of movies, in the horror movies, it'll be a Finn moment where you're like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
This gives you the exact opposite of it. It resolves everything.
Yeah,
and you
like,
still say, "What the fuck?"
You still say what, and you're like, "Wow, that was really good." What's another one? Bring Her Back. A fantastic movie. I actually had to watch it a couple of times because the first time I was in the movie theater and somebody was talking, and it always happens, like, what's going on? Like, they're asking questions of what's going on, and you're watching the same damn movie. So, I had to watch it the second time to kind of get, like, some of the references throughout the movie. It's the same people that did
Talk to Me.
Yeah, Talk to Me. So Bring Her Back is absolutely really good. It's pretty gory too.
Oh,
like there's some crazy, like, self-harm parts in the movie, but it's
way past self-harm. That shit is self-ouch.
Yeah, self-ouch. I did hear that Terrifier 4.
Oh yes.
That, like, say what you will about that. It's one of the cheesiest damn movies ever. Like, the whole franchise. The storyline is shitty, but the guy uses real special effects. He does not use CGI. It's all, like, classical,
I can respect that, yeah.
like 80s type special effects, and it's incredible. Like, he does such a great job, and it looks so realistic.
Well, he does another thing that horror movies typically don't do. They usually pull away at the moment of, like, serious impact and then come back to the damage.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you want to see how it happens?
Mm-hmm. And he's
you want to see somebody catch a chainsaw to butt
like,
cheeks?
I don't want to see that, but I'm.
Now, if you want to see that humoristically done, you need to watch the movie Game Over, man. When Daniel Stern takes the dude to the slicer, dude. Oh man, it's so disgusting, but it's so funny at the same time. You're like just confused. You're like,
They're all right. So, spoiler alert: Terrifier 3. There's a scene in the shower where this guy's, it's a horror movie trope. So the dude's trying to get it on with a girl, and of course the murderer comes in, and the girl, I don't know if she's dead yet. Like, but she's like, they're getting it on, and he tries to run away, and he slips on the floor. Of course, it's a wet shower, and then he gets his butt cheeks all cut up, like with his chainsaw.
Nice.
Art's like, all of both butt cheeks fucked up, and then he rolls over, and this motherfucker proceeds to cut up his beanbag so bad that you see the balls come out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
sold on not watching it.
Like I said,
I'm with Chris.
The guy, like, I admire him because he uses, like, crazy special effects.
Oh,
and
it is.
None of it's CGI. None of it's computer generated, and it's incredible.
I can respect that from afar and
like,
not having to see it.
Yeah. I love that kind of stuff. So
when I was a kid, I would look for the article in Fangoria about how they did that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, when you go to the conventions, sometimes they have, like, little seminars where they teach you how to, like, hey, you want to look really cool for Halloween? This is how you do blood squirting out of your eye.
You know what movie you might like that is a horror movie and it's super bloody, but it's like a different type, is Freddy versus Jason. It's that one's more like
theater, dude.
that one's a lot more like Kill Bill, where the blood is like sprays.
It's like comical.
Fake. Yeah.
Like,
dude, the Nightmare on Elm Street series, like, even as a kid, I thought was like it was hilarious. Emmanuel would always sneak me and let me watch those movies, and so I saw all those movies as a kid, but I always thought Freddy was hilarious. So I was like,
oh yeah.
So to me, I didn't care. Like, I think like that it also was like a lot less like, it was a lot more fantasy, fantasy.
Texas Chainsaw was the first one I saw where I was like, oh, this almost looks like a fucking snuff film. Like, this looks like damn near real. Like it's just
I've
grainy.
not seen it. I'm glad to not see it based on what you're describing.
Well, actually, in the movie, there's not a lot of blood. You don't see a lot of blood. It's just the way that they portray the people. Like, he comes in, he's wearing other people's skin. If you look at it, you'd be like, that's latex. But just the way that the characters are. Everything is so crazy. You can feel like the characters are like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's this weird dude that just keeps chasing me with a chainsaw and like mumbling and like screaming at me, like out of nowhere. And yeah, this dude in a wheelchair that gets cut up. But they don't actually show that much. Even when the girl gets put on the meat hook, you just see her face. You don't see any blood. You don't see. There's nothing in front. So
yeah, pretty good. Good stuff.
But here's a Halloween homework. Go watch Halloween 3: Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 more days to Halloween.
And then watch Troll 2.
Arguably, like the best one out of all of them, for me anyway. Because like I like the classic slasher, but
that one has the cult element.
It's just it's just different from all of the other ones that were regurgitated over and over. And there's something scary about a mask that can go over your head and just kill you. And some weird villain.
I mean, it doesn't just
weird villain's plan to kill all the children.
It doesn't just kill you; it turns your head into a mess of insects and worms, and then they crawl out.
3 more days.
We didn't even see this. We didn't even see the chat tonight. Man.
Oh yeah, the chat went wild.
I just saw it, man. The chat went wild, man.
The chat?
What's up, Rachel? What's up, Shannon?
Rachel was in here saying,
"What's
Our
up?"
Peeps.
She had a few.
Who else is in there, man? Is Barbon in here?
Shannon's in there. I don't know everybody who's in there.
Julieta's up in it.
I didn't see Lunar Sprunk tonight.
No Luna Sprung, man. You better call the cops.
Yeah, dude. What's going on, Lunar Sprunks? All right. Let's wrap this up. Kaitie, how can everybody get a hold of you, know when you're going to perform, or know when they can help out?
Oh.
Guitars for Girls.
Well, if they'd like to learn more about Guitars for Girls, they can go to redwingedblackbirdrecords.com. And if I had it to do over, I would name my organization something different because everyone spells it the way that I don't spell it. So it's redwinged with an ED, blackbirdrecords.com. And they can volunteer. You can become a sponsor. You can become a donor. You can nominate a girl. You can nominate yourself for Guitars for Girls. And if you want to learn about, it's on social too. The social media handle is RWB Records on Instagram and Facebook. And then if you'd like to learn about my songs, I have a website, katiepowderly.com. It's like powder, like baby powder with an LY at the end. And I am on social media as well. I'm on Spotify and all the streaming platforms. I was just alerted recently that my first album was removed from Spotify because I got some international press and then I played a large festival, and so Spotify said I started to get a suspicious amount of streams from other countries, but I think it was kind of right around the time that I played a very large festival and I was put on some really large playlists, and I got some international press for a release, so I think it kind of was this perfect storm of like I was actually starting to get some traction, and they pulled my first record off, and it's really difficult to access customer service or any kind of human being at Spotify because I think they have like 3 employees. So I haven't figured out yet how to get that back on. But you can also buy all of my music on vinyl or CD if you're a vinyl listener. And I have another album coming out hopefully in the next 6 months or so. That just depends on a couple of factors, but that's with my electric band called The Unconditional Lovers. And but yeah, any social media, I'd love to see you or let you listen to my songs.
And you can't buy any more of her trucker hats. I bought the last one.
They sold out. Sold out. Thank you guys for having me here. It's been really fun to hang out with you. Not in the group chat, but just like in real life, in person.
This is what the group chat would look like if it was in real life.
Room.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But with more clothes on. Because, everybody's probably
naked at the group chat.
I'm sure people are in bed or pooping or doing something when they're in the group chat, especially Phil.
That's funny.
Yeah, Phil's just wearing nipple tassels when he gets in the group chat. He goes to the bathroom at work and just strips down.
See, I work on my laptop, so it's always popping up like as I'm working. So it's like it's just really easy to be kind of constantly engaged because I'm just like it's in another little bubble thing over here. But I think if I had a job, like if I was back in the service industry or something, I would probably go hours without seeing all the stuff. And
part of the good part about waiting a couple of hours is you get like the AI.
That's my favorite.
A summary of what happened. Those are good. 18 messages summarized with AI.
Yeah, I think they I just what I get, I have better than AI. I have SI. I have Shannon intelligence. So like I'll get to work and I'll be like, all right, what happened in the chat? She'll be like, all right, let me give you a quick rundown. I get either it's her SI, it's SI at work, it's KI at home. I can just get the rundown from Kelly and her. They give me the synopsis of what happened. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, this is what I gotta watch out for. All right, bet. And we get on.
Send memes, yes.
Yeah, send me. Oh yeah, I was like, hey, listen, man, memes are the bread and butter of my communication world.
All right. Eddie, what do you have coming up?
I don't think I have anything coming up at the moment, but you
An
can always
infection
follow
on an
me.
arm.
Yeah, that's really what I
He's
got.
doing a benefit for
Wait,
the
actually-
local German Shepherd Society.
Yeah, get him out of the area.
He's gonna be.
Were
He's
you
going.
bitten by a dog?
Yeah, I got
I'm sorry.
attacked by a German Shepherd.
Eddie was low on
Tuesday.
cash,
Awful.
and he volunteered at the ATF training center down the way. But they pulled a prank on him and gave him the body armor.
They thought I already had it on.
You said it, not me.
I guess to end the show, I'll show off my bite on my back.
Yeah, do it. Gore. This is the gory part of the show, guys. This is what
The
gets us
horror part, but it's in real life.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
you have
let
to
me
turn
see.
around, show Lita.
I
She's
gotta
looking
see
so
it.
longingly. I've never seen her.
Turn Show the bite.
Holy shit,
Oh
bruh.
no.
Bruh. What did you do? Were you like, bruh, and the
Yeah,
dog
tell
was
her
like,
what-
ah! You are just walk into a house.
I didn't even walk into the house. I was on the front porch, and this
Oh.
dog came at me. And your boy, yeah, that's where it got me. I fell to the ground.
Oh,
my
no.
No, that's
arm out.
terrible.
I didn't
So
know
that
that wrinkle until
Okay.
right now. I didn't know you fell down.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I could have died.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put my arm out, and it got me in the arm. So
Oh. At least it didn't get you in
Yeah.
the face, because I see that all the time. Like, someone's.
Lip
Like,
hanging
there's.
what I'm
off.
saying,
I
yeah.
saw a reel with the girl had to have plastic
Oh,
surgery. She.
Lord.
Yeah, anyways.
well, I might look better if that happened.
Don't put
Down.
yourself down.
Chris,
Yo,
what do you have coming up?
What do I have coming? I think Eddie. We do have something coming up. We're taking Pops here. We're taking to the Electric Palm tomorrow
Oh,
night
yeah.
for the Riff Mic hosted by Dwayne White and Imco White, and with hosts. I don't know who is it gonna be. Isaac, Monica. Who else is gonna be there? Monica
Probably
Daly, Isaac
Shevitz,
Ignacio Bennett,
Dwayne
Shevitz
White.
Witcher, Dwayne White. We're just name dropping all the hottest comics in Woodbridge, Virginia
Sammy
right
Chase, Beef Owens.
now. Yeah, Beef.
Turk might be there.
Turk the Jerk.
You know, all the classics. So please
Kevin
come
Gartland.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Gartland, if he's doing all right. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I do
Saw him
want
on
to say.
Friday.
Yeah, I do want to say something. I want to say thank you to John Coulter. He hosted and produced a great show on Friday night at the Old Farm Winery in Aldi. It was a pleasure and honor to rock the stage with my homies Daniel McFarland and Bria Beto and Pete Bergen and of course John Coulter. And that was a really fun show. Shout out to the Bargoyles, Isaac Ignacio Bennett and Nick Meyer for hosting such a bitchin' show on Sunday, even though I was publicly eviscerated and humiliated. But I guess that's part of the hustle. And then this week we're gonna be at the Electric Palm, and then next week, well, I don't know, man. We gotta talk about it next week because we gotta get out of town again, man. We gotta do something.
I'm
But
gonna go to Philly at some point.
I gotta go. I do have a show at the Bull Run Winery with John Coulter again. That'll be November 7th. So that's gonna be a fun show. It's a Crazy Eights show, so it's 8 comics, 8 minutes each. It's gonna be Isaac's gonna be on the show. Isaac Ignacio Bennett, me, Emily Herbalite is gonna be there. I forget who off the top of my head, and I don't want to look on my phone, so screw you all that I didn't shout out. And then coming up this Monday this Saturday, the 1st of November. Honey and Hops host the Mead Mile, 2nd annual Mead Mile. Puke happens. Check out the promo video. You'll understand better. That's gonna be a really fun event. That is for Men's Cancer Month, so it's for Movember. So we're gonna be getting out there. There would be Maddie the Barber is gonna be shaving beards. Jake Cohn's gonna be rocking the mic. Zach Townsend's gonna be in the house. I'm trying to remember who else. John Kramer is gonna be there playing. I'm gonna be emceeing the event. I'm also going to be refereeing the drinking. So this is just a heads up to all of you runners. You're not gonna get away with any of your bullshit. You're gonna be drinking a full 32 ounces of that fine Honey and Hops mead, and you're going to be running that mile because last year there were some people being shiesty with it. All right, we ain't going down that path, yo. If you ain't poop your pants drunk at the end, you didn't do it right.
Shiesty.
All right? Yeah, poop shiesty. But yeah, I'll be out there for that, so that's going to be wild and direct. And it's a good cause. It's for a great cause. And there's going to be food trucks, and there's going to be music, and there's going to be costume parties and all that stuff. Speaking of Eddie, you want to be a judge for the costume party?
When is this?
This is on Saturday.
What time?
You work on Saturday?
Yeah,
Then you probably can't make it.
probably not. Catch me at the Red Truck Bakery in Warrington.
What time? I'll judge the shit out of people.
You want to?
You can
yeah, dude.
FaceTime me
We'll talk.
in.
Yeah. All right,
Oh, there you go.
Nah, that's not.
I'll take a
Lita.
20-minute break.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Lita, tell us about art.
What do you
Yes.
have coming up, and where do we find
Well,
it?
Friday I'm going to be hanging out with my friends, the Crone and the Crow Band, at the Cider House. There's a costume contest. It's going to be a little market. It's going to be fun, little spooky cabaret. So check me out there, and all the other people that are all spookified. But I will be participating in Ruin and Ritual, or Ritual and Ruin exhibit at the Stone Branch Center for Arts. That's going to be November 8th from 5 to, I believe, 8 p.m. A lot of beautiful artists are going to be participating in that, and there's going to be live music and some vino. So come and see our artwork. I'm so excited to display some of my weird shit there. So definitely check it out. It is a ticketed event, so be sure to get your tickets.
Get your ticket.
Yeah.
I'm very close to the screen, aren't I, Eddie?
Just
Yes.
your mouth and a little bit of glass. There you go.
Just nose. It's all nose.
Hey, you can go over to Helltown Radio for all of your funny needs, and get right with Jesus. He's coming back as an alien with leather pants. It'll be like the movie Hackers, only less Angelina Jolie and more Jesus. All right, no, you can go. Go over to Capital MMA, and I can teach you martial arts if you go over to Capital MMA and pay them money, so then they in turn pay me money, and then I get to choke you. So we can do that, and you can go check out my music at Golden Orphans. I don't think there's an underscore. I keep saying underscore because your shit is all underscore.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's stuck in my head.
Underscore.
No underscores for Golden Orphans, and listen to my music. And if you like any of the songs, I'm recording an album, and
Cool.
everybody, if you hear a song and you want to play on it, you can, because they're just files on my computer.
How many songs are you recording?
I'm gonna do, so since I can do it here, the goal is 12, but I'll probably end up with 10, and 2 of them will probably just be weird stuff that I play on the piano.
Cool.
I want to make a new wave song. I'm gonna make a new wave song, and there's gonna be a metal song. I should get Eddie to sing on it with me.
I can't say.
Well, we're just gonna scream pizza toppings.
Oh, I love pizza toppings and pizza.
Anchovy.
Pepperoni.
Burrata.
Burnt pepperoni.
Fresh basil. I'm not very metal.
Pepperoncinis.
I don't know. The chorus will just be like, "Fuck pineapples."
No fruit on pizza unless it's a fig, in my opinion.
What about
Tomatoes
tomatoes?
technically. Do you like pepper or pineapple on pizza?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm non-discriminate, man. Look, it's the same way I feel about music, man. I like Britney Spears, you know. I like Beethoven, too. You know, it's not too...
Yeah.
The dog?
Yeah, dude, of course. Who else? Who else are you talking about?
I thought he was talking about Beethoven 2, the movie. I got excited.
Yeah.
I remember that plot.
It was all about Beethoven's kids, man.
You know why? I've seen more movies that had 2 in the title because they would be at the dollar movie theater quicker.
True.
All right. Enjoy yourselves this week. Remember, it's your motherfucking week. You can suplex that shit as well. One finger in the pee hole is far worse than 2 in the butthole. Read your Bible. You forgot to say your thing.
Bye.
What was your thing?
And now back down with the feeling, and I like a lie. You know what?